Yeah, but like in England, we put tobacco in our joints anyway, so it's
Yeah.
like
That's gross.
it's economical. That's what it is, man. Like we get a 20 bag. It'll last us all day if we're right with it.
That's what you're looking for when you're getting high, right? You're trying to be economical.
Well, you know, if you played it right, you could be like, all right, what's the most amount of time that I can leave between each joint and still be high enough that I'm comfortable enough all day?
I guess we had a different philosophy back when I was in high school. We would either... So we didn't have any head shops around us, so glass pieces weren't an option.
All right.
So we would make water bottle.
Oh, yeah.
But like, you know, pipes.
Yeah.
And always the most rigid bottles were the best, like those iced tea bottles that were hard plastic and all molded. They're just so rigid. And you use a tinfoil bowl, of course.
Yeah.
And the plan,
if you're really cheap, you just take a big pen and take the inside out of it.
Ruthless. Done that.
So basically,
or you crush a can,
as well.
Crush an aluminum can, and poke some holes in.
Yeah.
So we would either buy like an eighth of completely brick weed, which was like, you know, $15 or $20, and then 1 gram of really good weed, which was like $35.
Right.
And you pack the bowl full of shit weed, and you put a tiny
little
bit of good weed on top of it, just so you guys had money.
You guys had money then.
Yeah, we were loaded. Or you just, everyone would throw in, like 5 people would throw in, and you'd get a quarter or a half an ounce of shitty weed, and you just hotbox blunts.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Everyone just rolls blunts, and you roll like 7 or 8 blunts, and you just smoke them all in a small car.
That a few times, like our friend... I mean, Americans, you guys, you get a car as soon as you're fucking, 17?
Yeah. 16 in, like, 16, some months. 16 in 8 months, something like that.
Cars are cheap as shit over in the States as well, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get a car for, like, $500.
Fuck you.
I mean, it'll be a piece of shit. Yeah. You're lucky if it gets home, but...
Yeah, well... Only one of our friends had a car, and it was his parents, and they just put him on the insurance, and we used to hotbox that, and like it'd always be like, we can't smoke in here tonight. 10 minutes later, we're getting a bud.
Yeah,
we're hotboxing it again.
There were always those friends who had like an imaginary line, like, no guys, we can't go past this line, and then 30 minutes later, you're a mile past that line.
Yeah.
But
what was it? When I started smoking weed when I was way too young, probably like 14. And there was a friend around the corner whose parents were big druggies, so we always used to go around to his house and just smoke his bong that he called Mr. B. It's just a big purple thing, and we'd get a 20 bag and just smoke it within 20 minutes and just sit there for 2 hours just staring at the wall.
Man, I miss back when we were kids and you'd smoke a little bit of weed and be high all day.
Yeah, well, we took that to a bit of an extreme. When I say like a 20 bag in 20 minutes, I'm not joking. At least 40 minutes, we'd just pack a bowl, smoke it, pass it to the other guy. I'm like, this is a foot-long bong as well. Mm-hmm. So we're just burning the whole bowl and then inhaling all the smoke from out the tube, as I guess you call it. And
me and some friends of mine went to San Francisco for spring break one time. And there's 7 of us. And we were there for like 5 or 6 days, and we smoked 4 ounces. It was almost an ounce a day.
That's a bit ridiculous.
And it was so egregious. It's almost like we went out of our way to be wasteful. Any time we would go anywhere, we would all so for example, we were visiting like the sites in San Francisco.
Right.
So like the sand dunes are apparently pretty famous. So we drive to the sand dunes. When we get there, before we get out of the car, everyone just gets 2 extra large papers, and you just roll the biggest joint you can. It doesn't matter if it even smokes well. Just put as much weed as you can in the paper, and then lick it, and then we'll go. And then you just have like a giant bag of joints.
I think the only time I did that was at the Download Festival. Do you know that?
No, what's that?
It's a big metal festival in Donington Park in the UK. Back in 2009 now, that was. Fucking hell, that's a decade ago. And
decade. That's a heavy word.
I know. 10 years. That's 10 years ago. Decade. Mm-hmm. It's a slot of time, that is.
Yeah.
But we took quite a bit there. In fact, I had my first. That wasn't my first salvia trip, but I did have a salvia trip there, and
salvia was dirty.
Yeah. I ended up kicking a girl in the face.
Like on purpose?
No. We got like what happened was
like she just happened to be down on the ground. And you're like, there's a great opportunity. Bam!
Yeah, basically. But like I'd smoked a little bit, like just half a bowl, not enough to send me into the universe or anything like that, but enough to make me think that behind me and out of my vision didn't exist. So all this sound is coming from behind me. Yeah. All this sound is coming from behind me, and I'm there switching around like, where the fuck is that coming from? But then we thought it'd be a good idea to go inside of a tent with me, my brother, and this girl. And I'm the first one to take a full hit of it, like the full bowl, take it all. What I remember, the last thing I remember is putting the bong down, looking at this girl, and like, you know when you get two mirrors in front of each other and you get that like infinity effect? Yeah, her face did that as she turned to me and went, "Are you okay, Josh?"
Of course he says that.
"Are you okay, Josh?" And that's the last thing I remember. The next thing I remember is coming out of it with my brother on top of me and the girl grabbing my legs, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And they're like, oh yeah, did you watch Homer Simpson, you know, when he's on the side, on his floor on the side, just running around in a little circle, you know, just flailing his legs? Yeah. Basically I was doing that, and when I got to her I just started kicking. I don't remember this, but you know,
it's like a pretty horrific rafflecopter.
Yeah. And it ended up here with a girl having a bloody nose, you know.
That's always the way that you should end a festival.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny, that festival, actually, because one of our gay friends was there. My brother was trying to convince him that I was gay the whole time. He's like, you know, my brother will probably suck your dick. And this gay guy just went, no, he won't. No, he won't. He's not gay in the slightest. He went, how do you know? Because all your brother has been doing is saying, oh, look at that ass, look at those tits, oh my god, they're everywhere. And this is coming from the gay guy going, there's no way I'm fucking your brother. I've got more chance of fucking you than I have to fucking your brother. So yeah.
I haven't been to a good concert or festival in a long time.
The last festival I went to was in 2014, 2015 in Japan. Knotsfest, you know, it was pretty fucking epic, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, it was like just in a big hangar or something. There was two stages side by side, just split by them in the middle by some big barricades. But like, when one band was on one side, the other band would be preparing on the other side. So you'd be constantly switching from side to side. But I think the highlight of that was getting a bunch of Japanese guys to just follow me around chanting Beru. Beru is just beer.
Beer.
Yeah. So like what it was the at the back of this hangar, in one corner was the bars, and at the other side of the other corner was the smoking area. So I had just this bunch of Japanese guys following me. I'm just there being a stupid fucking white guy, being like, yeah, I'm in Japan, whoa. Yeah. And they just thought, this is funny. You know, they just started following me around, and they're like, give him more beer. Give him more beer, give him more beer. So basically, I'm going from the bars over to the smoking area, going, oh, come on, let's go smoke. And they're like, okay, follow us over. And by the time we've got to the smoking area, I've finished my beer. So that I finished my cig, and I'm like, okay, beer. And there's about... I'll be modest and say 5 Japanese guys just following in the chant and just egging me on, basically. Just like, go on, let's see how pissed you can get.
Yeah, so how pissed did you get?
Quite pissed. Like, I don't really remember.
I have no idea what happened after that point. I just woke up in China. And that's how I got here.
Well, that's funny, though, because after Japan... was the first time I came to China, straight from Japan to China, and the difference was stark.
Shocking.
Yeah, like I'm getting on the plane in Japan, and they're like, "Oh, guys, get on the plane, please." Yeah. As soon as I land in Shanghai, this woman just grabs me. She's like, "Go! Where are you going?" What? Where are you going? James, where are we going? I'm with my brother. Where are we going?
Long way.
Yeah. We're going to Wuhan. She just slaps a sticker on me. He goes, that way. Like, what? My brother just starts running. I start running after him. He's
good
like,
instincts. Just start running.
Like, where are we going? He's like, we're going to the next plane. We're gonna go. It's going in half an hour. Like, all right. So we're running. We get to the terminal, and we're going from Shanghai to Wuhan, And like it was just a different world in that small terminal as well. People just smoking, eating, and everything. And like, where the fuck am I? We get on the plane, and before the plane's even got off the tarmac, it's going down the fucking runway. There's people getting up out of their seats trying to go to the toilet. And there's just a stewardess just running down, get back in your fucking seat. And the guys just start going, I want to go to the toilet. What are you talking about?
Because they were already taking off, fuck you.
Yeah. It's just a completely different mentality.
It's almost a bigger cultural shock to go from Japan to China than it is to go from Europe or America to China.
I would kind of agree, because whilst I was in Japan, I was smoking a cigarette and I threw it on the floor.
Oh, you're a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. And like five Japanese people just looked at me. And like they just looked straight at me. And I was like, I just fucked up. Just pick the cigarette back up and put it in the bin. I'm like, in China, I don't give a shit about that. There's 1,000 people doing that every single second. Dude, within 5 minute walk of here.
There's a little alcove in the building on floor 1. You see like the shitty little bushes? At the bottom of the building, these like fucking god awful little bushes down there that have been dead for 1,000 years, you know. And there's a little alcove in the concrete. This little old woman comes and dumps trash in the alcove every single day. I've caught her multiple times out my window, and I always yell down. I'm like, "Hey, you! I see you down there." And she's like, "Fuck you."
What are you gonna do?
Dude, there's a garbage dump on that side of the building and that side of the building. And
Which can't be asked.
Yeah, and she dumps her trash in that little alcove there.
Well, you know, I was been moving apartment recently. I did kind of do the same. But like, you know, like in the stairwells, like there's like an emergency area. Say emergency area. It's where the fire hose is. And I kind of just dumped some things there. But the thing is, like in that place, there's one of those women. There's one of those people that like comes around and collects trash.
You're keeping people employed.
Yeah.
That's the classic excuse. keeping
people employed.
Well, you know, if I didn't dump my trash everywhere, who would pick it up?
Well, you know.
What would they do?
Yeah.
Have you ever?
It needs to keep the economy going.
Have you ever dumped trash at like 2:00 in the morning, and then like you missed some stuff, and then you go back out to dump some more trash, and the trash that you dumped before is gone? You're like, what the fuck? Like, there's garbage pickers out at 2:00 in the morning. Like, taking my shit.
They need to be, man. Like I've seen. Like, I was putting some rubbish in the bin not long ago, and like, there's this little old lady, and like, she smiles every time I see her. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. And usually I just give her my rubbish. But one day there's a few people around the fucking bins. I'm like, I'm just gonna put it in the bin, and she runs to grab it, and a guy snatches it out of her hand. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how much is my rubbish worth?
They're gonna knife each other. If you get in between.
Like, what am I throwing away that's really worth that much?
What I usually do is I take a piece of string and I tie it to a little hook, one of those sticky hooks on the wall, and then you know how you accumulate all these water bottles, these like non-foos with the plastic tabs, and I just put them I just put the string through the plastic tab, and then eventually I have like 100 non-foos on this thing, and I tie it off at the top, and I just take it all out at once every like 6 months. And it's just I try to take it out and explicitly give it to one of the garbage pickers, but sometimes like I'll see a garbage picker who looks particularly desperate, and there'll be another one who doesn't. I'll refuse to give it to the one who doesn't look desperate because. Dude, I've walked out of my apartment before with one of those things,
food for that,
and I swear to God, like a student, you know, in like nice clothes with like a laptop bag. Are you throwing that away? I'll take that. I'm like, fuck you. Fucking graduate students live in this building. I'm like, fuck you, like a master's student in science. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not giving you my trash.
I wonder how much you actually get for this stuff, because like if it's worth, I'm gonna have to look into it, because if it's worth enough, I'll do it myself. Fuck it, I'll take it to the dump, whatever.
It's probably like, I don't know, Yimao a piece.
I don't know, but I do know that with the cardboard. Have you ever seen like the trucks with like 5 tons of cardboard? Yeah. The cardboard in the center. The one that's the cardboard that's hidden, they've wet it, so it's heavier, so that they get a little bit more money when they go through.
Because they just go and weigh it.
Yeah. And I've seen them like at 3 a.m. just spraying cardboard. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And then I see them putting it in the middle. I'm like, okay, you're just adding the weight onto it. And like, I don't blame them.
Maybe that's it. Maybe there's like some scams connected with the recycling that makes it really profitable.
Maybe, yeah. Well, I had a friend back in the UK, and like he did like car scrapping, and like he said, they just they just weigh the truck. They weigh the truck when it comes in and weigh it when it comes out, so they know the difference and then give them the money. But he said at least once every 3 months when it was a nice big one, he'd put it through twice as a clerical error and just pocket the money himself. And he was like, yeah, make like an extra $2,000 every couple of months doing that. I'm like, that's
not bad.
You get away with it. He's like, well, I can't do it that much more, but
I mean, $2,000 is a lot of money.
Oh yeah. Like,
that's a big clerical error.
Yeah. And he's like, I can't get away with it that often. I'm like, fair enough. But why not try and get away with it if you can?
It depends who you're working for. Yeah,
I think he was his uncle or something.
Yeah, that's fucked up. If I'm working for like Walmart,
oh yeah, fuck them.
Especially Walmart has some really ridiculous return policies, and they deserve to be taken advantage of. Did you know that you can buy a bicycle at Walmart and you have 90 days to return it and get your full money back, no matter what happens to the bike?
So, what? Why is that profitable?
No, it's just a free bicycle.
Oh, okay, for 90 days.
Yeah. Okay. And so I used to do
and
that.
then you go buy a new one and return it in 90 days.
Exactly. So every 90 days you go back and get a new bike. And the old one has to be the functional in some way. And so like I did this all through college for 4 years.
Just pump the tires and shit.
Dude, right when I would just ride it to Walmart and then just drop it on its side and just kick it in the spokes. Just kick out a couple spokes, bend a wheel, and then bring it in. Be like, it's fucking broken. I don't know what happened. Give me my money back.
Give me a new fucking bike.
Yeah, exactly.
I did something similar with HMV. Like, do you have HMV in the States?
No, I don't.
Her Majesty's Voice or something like that.
Oh, yeah, we definitely have Her Majesty's Voice.
Yeah. Well, it's just a record store, like DVDs and all that shit.
Okay.
It's probably like one of the biggest in the UK. But, when I was living on this, my dad was living on this little island called Jersey. And there was one HMV on there. And because I was a bored, 12-year-old who thought he could figure out the system, I'd buy 2 DVDs, watch the shit out of them, take them back, and they don't work. And then they'd be like, alright, choose 2 new DVDs, and they did this for 3 weeks in a row until the point where they just come up to me. The guy behind the cashier is like, what's wrong with this one? I'm like, there's a part on the menu that doesn't work. So he puts it in the fucking DVD player. It's like, which part? The special effects, the special features. Okay, clicks on that. Which part doesn't work? So he's just going through it all, just trying to catch me out of my bullshit. I'm just like, just let me do it. I'm a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah, it's not
let
like
me fucking do it.
Money. I remember I went to a camp with I think it was like Cub Scouts or something like that. I was really young, and there was a lodge on the campground that had vending machines inside it, and one of them was busted. So you could put money into it, order something on the vending machine, and you could still hit the button and get your money back. And so I just cleaned out the vending machine. It was great.
There's always a way, isn't there? There's always a way.
If you find something like that, taking advantage of it, especially when you're a little kid, it feels so good.
Yeah, but I really feel like
a giant
the locals here just know all the tips and tricks. Yeah. They really do. And they know how to just keep every single penny that they ever make.
Well, I mean, that guy who beheaded the other guy in Guangzhou for last year, remember? The guy in Guangzhou. He got Rigamian and they increased the price of Rigamian at his local store. It was like they increased it like WuHA-HAn.
And he beheaded him over?
Yeah, he pulled out a butcher's blade and beheaded the store owner and then wandered around the streets with his head for a while. Dude, you didn't hear about that?
How I live in
I'm like a mile away.
Yeah, you're a mile away. I'm like 15 miles away. You don't hear about that shit 15 miles away. You only hear about that if you're here. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole different city. It's crazy.
Oh man, it's ridiculous. What is it? 4 years ago, there was no reason to go to Hanyang. No reason.
And unless you were gonna suffer and die in the Foxconn factory.
Yeah.
There's another one in Changsha. It's sketchy as fuck. It's a prison.
Yeah. There's one of my girlfriends works in one of the cigarette factories down in Hanyang. They do the Huanghelong, the famous WuHa-HAn cigarettes. And she says she works 6 days a week, 12 hours every shift, and she just makes sure this machine works. I'm like, that sounds terrible. And she's like, yeah, and this thing is loud as fuck
and dangerous as fuck. I'm sure. I bet it's unnecessarily dangerous. It's got bits of jagged metal on it spinning around, and every now and then it just kicks out some shrapnel.
She said though, sometimes it jams,
and she's got to stick her arm in it.
Yeah, she's got to stick her dainty little fingers in there, and she's like, this thing goes bam, bam, bam,
fuck
bam,
that, man. Fuck that.
I'm like, so how scared are you when you do that? She's like, well, I take the plug out the wall. I'm like, how big is this plug? She's like, it's fucking huge.
Exactly.
Like, it's
that's when you start questioning your knowledge of like like electronics and stuff. Like, I unplugged this. Now, am I sure there's no electricity in here? Like, is that how they work? Is that how electronics work?
There is enough electricity in this wire by itself to power this for another 5 minutes.
To just slam it once. That's all it takes. And then they're gonna replace your arm with a hook and then put you on the hook line. With all the other hook people.
With the machine that's designed to fuck up your hook.
Yeah, exactly. It straightens your hook. No.
Man,
dude, you see some gruesome shit on WeChat WeChat groups, man?
You don't see that guy fall off the fucking building recently?
Oh, dude, that's nothing. Did you see the guy who jumped into the turbine in the factory?
You what?
There was like a spinning turbine, and you know it's premeditated because he like moved everything out of the way, like all of like.
So this was like suicide.
Yeah, and then he like scoots up to it with his back to it, and then like jumps into it.
Oh my god!
And it just like it minces him, it's like red mist.
Fuck yeah! Like, if your life is that shit, though, I mean, like.
At least he went fast. I saw another one.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if my life was that shit, I'd choose the fast option. You know, none of this self-strangulation shit. Be like, slit my own throat. Nah, like head in front of a bus. That's what I'd do.
Dude, I saw another one where it was like some kind of textile factory, and a completed. I don't know what it was. It was like a 10-foot wide segment of fabric. And it was coming out of a roller onto another thing that rolls it onto its like pins that'll be shipped in. Yeah. And there's a person there, and it like starts to roll up and it like folds slightly, and the person, I guess their job is to make sure it rolls correctly.
No.
They go and tap the fold, and it grabs their arm.
Oh my god! It just drags him in.
And it just grabs them like up to the shoulder and their head,
oh.
and then the rest of their body is it. The pin's only like 3 feet off the ground, so they get dragged under the pin, and then their legs fly out and then slam against the ground and get dragged under again.
Oh my god.
They hit the ground so hard and they spin so hard that their legs and pants fly off.
Oh my god.
And they spun around like that for like 7 minutes. It was like a 7-minute video. Just spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning.
And nobody knew.
No one gives a fuck. It's China.
Jesus.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody in the factory saw that happen, but did nothing.
Like, well, I guess this sheet's red.
Oh
my god.
Hook's not gonna fix that.
Like, do you not think like the economy here, the whole culture is just based on like productivity? Like, of course,
they're incredibly unproductive.
That's like the oxymoron of it, because like even with these holidays, like, oh, we're gonna give you a Monday off, but you have to work next Saturday, so it's not really a holiday. It's like, can't let that productivity go down. But then you just see 5 guys sleeping, all standing around one thing, all smoking. Like, aren't you supposed to be digging that hole? Yeah. Like, alright, so
you go into
to work.
Yeah, you go into the shopping mall at Gwangju, and every single shop is empty and has half a dozen employees. Yeah. And half of them are sleeping, the other half are watching movies.
Oh, that pisses me off. That, you know, when you go to a restaurant or anything, and there's somebody sleeping.
There's like 25 employees in restaurants, and they're all doing nothing. And they refuse to help you. They refuse to do their jobs.
Like, I'm on my break. Like, fuck off. Like, if I was a boss here, and like I owned a restaurant or something, and I saw someone sleeping on the fucking pews where the customers are supposed to be, like, get the fuck out. Yeah, you're fired. I want somebody who's going to try and pull people in.
I think that they're not allowed to fire. Have you ever walked into a McDonald's?
That, you know, I've thought about that. Like,
have you ever walked into McDonald's at like 2 o'clock in the morning and there's like 20 employees in there and they're just sleeping?
I've not seen them. I've not seen that. No.
All the lights are off and they're just sleeping. They're like push tables and chairs together and just sleeping.
Oh right, yeah, I've seen stuff like that in small restaurants. And
like you go wake them up like, hey, I want a burger, and they'll wake up and cook your burger and then turn everything back off and go back to bed. This is ridiculous.
And do you not think though it's like people are afraid to fire people and stuff like that because there is nothing to fall back on? Like in the UK and I think in most places in the West, if you're fired or you lose your job, there's some benefits you can get.
Well, it's definitely not empathy. The government definitely is forcing them not to fire them, forcing them to keep these people employed. But I'm sure they make fuck all. They probably make like 2,000 RMB a month.
Yeah, and that's why they're all recycling.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like,
and that's why they don't care about their job.
Yeah,
they can't be fired and they make fuck all money, so why would they care?
Yeah, it must be a shitty situation that like I didn't realize like how good it is to have been born in the West.
It's outrageous.
Yeah.
I've been saying that more and more recently.
Yeah.
The poorest person in America lives one of the greatest lives of any human being ever. Yeah. A poor person in San Francisco lives better than a king 500 years ago.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Like, and you look around the world and you see all these fucking people living the way that they do, and you're like, how? I'm just glad I was born there.
Yeah. Have you ever been to like a wealthy person's house in China?
Oh yeah, and it's ridiculous.
And it's just like a series of concrete boxes.
And, all right, yeah.
And it doesn't even have a floor. Like the floor inside is the same floor as outside. It's just
I don't know which rich person you're going to, because the guy that I went to, this guy's house was pimped out.
What do you mean by house? Was it just like a nice apartment?
No, it was a mansion.
Like a house.
Yeah.
Like a Western house? Or is it concrete box?
It was like...
Does it have central heating?
Yeah. I mean, this guy, this guy's been with the government for a long time and stuff like that, and like.
So that's beyond money. Yeah.
Yeah, he owns like 5 mansions.
Yeah,
and, like
exactly.
A few different companies, and I'm like.
And he probably had the workers executed after the building was done.
Well, I'm not agreeing to that, but maybe I want to stay in this country.
Yeah, I don't plan on coming back, so unfortunately. Yeah.
You're gonna get me fucking deported, you.
No, I'm sure he gave them hugs and kisses and paid them extra.
Oh yeah, definitely. But this guy's house was ridiculous. I mean, like, he said in 3 of his mansions, we'll call them mansions because they weren't fucking houses. Like, he had just like, in the one that I went to, the swimming pool must have been like Olympic sized. I'm like, do you use this? It's like maybe once a month. I'm like, once a month, it's Olympic size. Yeah. There's a diving board that's like 20 feet in the air. He's like, sometimes use it. I'm like, okay, it's really fucking clean. Do you just get people to clean? It's like, yeah, we have full-time staff here. Yeah. Like, and the house was immaculate. And I've looked around, I'm like,
in China,
there are people just hiding behind the corners, just waiting for you to leave, not to be seen, just so that they can wipe up the shit after you've left. Yeah. Like, just the dust you've left behind. Yeah. Can't be a thing out of place in this
Considering how dusty China is, he needs an army of people to clean his mansion.
Oh my god, the dust pisses me off, especially in Hanyang. Because, like, they're tearing up the place at the moment. I mean, they're tearing up the whole of the fucking city and just re-tarmacking it. Mm-hmm. And
well, they do that every couple of months. The nothing lasts here.
Yeah,
the roads are destroyed after a couple of months. And
I heard like it's the plaster on the walls. It's like some cheap plaster, and it's just just degrades.
I bet it's
really
straight up lead. I wouldn't be surprised.
But I don't know. Like, I mean,
the reason they plaster the walls is because everything's made so poorly. If the plaster wasn't here, we'd see all these giant cracks running up and down the building.
Yeah, I would be terrified.
Yeah, well, we should be. I mean, could literally collapse at any moment.
Yeah, and like I see they're throwing up these buildings that are like 30, 40, 50 stories high, 50 floors high. And
with the just sketchiest elevators on earth.
God, man. I in my last building, right, I pushed the button. I was on the 30th floor, pushed the button for the lift, went all the way down, the doors open, and then there's a "don't use this lift" sign as I step out. I'm like, what the fuck?
They only had one though, so they didn't put it up at the top.
Oh yeah, they didn't put it up at the top, and they didn't turn off the lift.
Of course,
like they could have turned off the lift whilst I was in it, just been stuck between floors, pushing the button
forever, because no one would come to help you. No one gives a shit.
What is it? There was that guy that died in a lift because he got stuck in the lift over a holiday, and there's just nobody there. Yeah. Like he's pressing the button, and there's just nobody there. Yep. Like Jesus,
his phone's dead probably.
Yeah, and like again, it makes you realize how good the West is, man. And like,
it's unbelievable.
It's ridiculous. And like,
there's so many videos of people dying in elevators here, where like the elevator suddenly collapses and they fall into a chute. Or I think the scariest is as they're stepping out of the elevator, it collapses and they get trapped in between the floor and the elevator.
Yeah.
And it doesn't kill them right away. Just the weight of the elevator is pushing on their diaphragm and they slowly suffocate.
Man. But you can feel the population here just yearning for what the West has, and they're building for it, they're striving for it. But here's the problem: not so long ago, well, the people that are building the country aren't educated. End of basically, like they were farming most of their lives, so they've never had a formal education.
And most of them still are migrant workers, and they only do construction for the summer, and then they go home.
So they don't really give that much of a shit. And it's like, hold on, these are supposed to hold families and, you know, not make people die.
Dude, how often do you read an article about somebody who just threw some trash out of like the 20th floor
and it
window?
Just lands on somebody.
And it lands like right on a baby always, somehow.
Yeah, and
like just throwing like scrap wood out your 20th floor window.
Yeah, it's not an orange. There was an orange that landed near to me not long ago. Like, it might have been a year ago.
An orange landed next to you?
Yeah, and like it hit with the floor with some force. And I'm like, if that hit my head, that would have really hurt.
Yeah,
I'm glad that didn't hit me.
Okay,
and I'm glad it wasn't anything bigger like a fridge.
Dude, could easily have been.
It could have been.
Or just scraps of building materials, a hammer, a box of nails, whatever. Just whatever they didn't want in their apartment at that moment. It doesn't matter that there's a public park down below.
Like, I'm pretty sure there are rules and regulations here and like safety standards and stuff like that. But then it trickles down to people that quite honestly don't give a shit. And like, I think that's what is probably holding things back right now.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have more laws than America or most Western countries. Just they're all ignored.
Yeah. And yeah.
Anyway, I think that's a good spot for an intro. Thank you everybody for coming back. Another episode of I always say that, podcast and video games. Bullshit and Video Games is the name of the podcast. We're here with special guest Josh today. How you doing, man? Thank you for coming on the podcast.
I'm terrified now because of the things I've said and the fact that I want to stay here. where is this going online, eh?
Did you hear recently, just last week, about the foreigner who got deported for sending negative text messages about China to his friend?
Doesn't really surprise me.
Mm-hmm. Just negative text messages. And hilariously enough, it was one of those WeChat article things, you know, the WeChat where you can follow the official groups.
Right.
And I always thought that I assumed they were curated by the government, or at least checked. But this article just directly quotes all the negative things that the guy said that got him kicked out of the country. So I was like...
Was there, like, any reason for this, or is it just that he was saying stuff?
So he was on his way to Tibet. All right, and then apparently it was an ordeal getting there, and then once he got there, it was an ordeal being there because it was, you know, so much security and all that. And then he text messaged his friend and said, like, you know, some negative things about the experience he was having.
Right. Yeah. There's the thing. Yeah. Like,
and the secret police came right to his front door. Yeah. Like, we know the messages you sent. Get the fuck out of the country.
Yeah. Well, I hope that's all that happened. In that the only thing that was just like, get the fuck out.
And yeah, like, that's the best case scenario.
Okay, I'm leaving. You know, I like sometimes I really do bite my tongue. I'm like, because like again, like from the West, like you can criticize whatever you want, and like even now I'm like watching what I say because I know this is going to go online, and I know that voice recognition is better than facial recognition. Voice recognition has been a thing since like the early 90s.
Well, and they're listening to both of our phones right now.
Yeah, and like all the time, like whenever any of my friends are talking about China, I sit on my phone quite literally. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep quiet for this one, guys. Yeah, it's a serious thing, man. Like,
I don't know what classes you've done in your time here, but I've been teaching American history for the last 3 years here, and I teach directly, verbatim from the textbook, and they have entire sections about American capitalism versus Russian communism, and I just skip right over that shit.
Really?
And my students ask me very direct questions about communism, and I always tell them very explicitly, I say, I'm not allowed to talk about this.
Yeah.
I am contractually obligated to not talk about this.
Yeah, a student came to me before, not a few weeks ago, and said, "What do you think of Stalin?" And I went, "Not answering."
Yeah, I don't think about him.
Yeah, just I'm not here to change minds. I'm here to keep my mouth shut, make a bit of money, and then leave. Like, we're guests in the country. Like, because in any immigrant in any country, you're a guest, and you shouldn't really be trying to rock the boat. And especially if that boat can slap you the fuck off it really fucking easily.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not here to do that. I'm going to make my money, keep my mouth quiet, and, you know,
hopefully go home.
Yeah. But my palms are sweaty now.
Yeah. Hopefully be allowed to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary, man. I spent about 20 or 30 minutes in the Chinese interrogation room in the basement of the Immigration Bureau police office in Hong Kong last year.
What for?
Because I overstayed my visa.
Don't overstay your visa.
By 1 day. It's not my responsibility. It's in my contract that the school handles it.
Oh, okay.
But the year before that, my boss, and I have the messages.
How tight was your asshole?
Oh, dude. I'll get on with the story. But I have the messages to prove that my boss renewed our visas unnecessarily early because it would save her paperwork.
Right, yeah.
And then all of our visas expired early, and it was a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So on the 11th day, which is technically when you're supposed to be deported because you have a 10-day grace period, I was at the police station. And it was this crazy, process of climbing the ladder. Right. And I went in with my boss, and so she's got the school's guanxi behind her. Yeah. So she goes right in and into one of the offices to talk to a cop. That lady cop takes us out to a larger office to talk to a larger cop. Right. He takes us out down a hallway and a balcony that overlooks the interior of the police station to another office with the most... I wish I could remember it verbatim, but this guy's title was outrageous. It was 4th District, WuHA-HAn, Police, Hubei, Inspection, Interrogation, Police Bureau of Investigations and Things in China, stuff and all the big stuff, boss things, me am I. It was 20 words, his title. It was classic Chinese bullshit. And you walk in, and it's this police officer with all these decorations all over him and this hat and this uniform and shit, and he just yells at all of us. He yells at my boss, yells at the other cops, yells at me, all in Chinese. And he gets up and walks past us, and my boss is he agreed to help us. And he takes us just one door down to the last door on the hallway. And there's nothing on the door. There's no placards, no nothing. And you open it, and it's the only happy employee in the entire place. It's just a little fat man in all black. Black shirt, black pants, black shoes. Nothing on his desk. No identifications, nothing. He's just looking out the window. And like an evil villain, he swivels his chair with a big smile on his face and just starts speaking flawless English and ignores all the Chinese people in the room. He just stands up and goes, "Hey, who are you? Why are you here?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck." Wow. He's the party representative for the police station. Yeah. Everyone else was a government person, and he is the party guy. I never want to meet those people. That's when you know you're in trouble. Dude, he just walked around. He had a California accent. He's like, "Hey, dude, what's up?" And he walked up. He's like, "So why are you here?" I'm like, "I overstayed my visa." He's like, "Why did you do that?" I'm like, "I didn't do it intentionally. It's my school's responsibility to update it, and it was just a mistake. We're 1 day late." He's like, "1 day late, huh?" And he thought about it for a second. He's like, "Okay, we'll fine you, but that'll be all." I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "So you need to renew your visa right now." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "That'll take a long time. I'll help you." And oh my God. He's like, "Follow me." And we just chatted casually as he took me to the front of the line of every process. Just walking past everybody. "Okay, take your picture." Walking past everyone. "All right, fingerprints." Walking past everyone. "Oh, he'll need this paperwork. Fill it out for him." Walking past everybody. It's pretty fucking awesome, that. Dude, it was... Well, also... The power that he had was terrifying. And then when we were down in the basement doing the fingerprint stuff, he had some paperwork that one of his underlings brought to him. And he's like, "We need a place to do this." So he started checking rooms. And he's like, "Oh, here, there's a table in here." And we walk into this room. And then in this room, it has a series of other smaller rooms. You open a big, heavy wooden door. And on the inside, there's 6 inches of padding on the walls and ceilings. And there's a metal chair bolted to the floor in the middle of the room with handcuffs on the arms of the chairs. Where was this? This was in the third sub. Where's this building? Oh, in Hong Kong. It's the place you go to get your visa stuff done. And wait, you mean the fucking citizens' hall? Yeah, I'm sure you've been there. Yeah, in the basement. God. The basement's a scary place. And there's these thin table, and then there's a computer on your. So right when you walk in the front door, it's a cube. It's a cube building. Clenched really fucking tight. And there's an officer here, and he looked up at me super surprised, and then he looked at the other guy, and he instantly his butthole was clenched, "Oh my God, what's going on?" And the guy just says blah 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 in Chinese, and the guy that was in there just doing paperwork runs out and grabs 3 chairs and brings them back. And we sit at that little rectangular table that the interrogator sits at, and we just did some casual paperwork. And he was just asking me about my life in America and why I'm in China, and and what my family does and stuff like this.
Well, I
And
really hope that a lot of them are like that and kind of and cool about things, you know, because he could have been a lot worse about that stuff. He could have been like fucked you up, like you've stayed over your visa.
Dude, there's two kickers here. Okay, so right now I'm sitting facing the interrogator. So like if I was 3 feet back farther, I'd be in the metal chair. But I'm in like a stool that they brought in. To my right, there's a plastic placard on the wall with English, and by the way, written perfectly, not Chinglish bullshit. Written perfectly, and it was a list of like 20 things, like advice on how not to offend the government organs while you're being interrogated.
Right.
And then behind the interrogator on the wall, so it's right in front of you if you're sitting in the metal chair, in giant letters, it said, "It is better to be captured than to live and be hunted." Or no, it is better to be captured and die than to live and be hunted. In perfect English, right there on the wall. And I was like, well, this is the scariest room I've ever been in my entire life. Can we please go? I'd rather do this paperwork on the ground, outside in the hallway.
Jesus fuck. Jesus fuck.
Yeah, it's better to be, I think, captured and die than live and be hunted.
Jesus fuck, man. That is... Yeah, I don't have words for that. I never want to see that room.
I've never kissed ass like I did with that guy in the black shirt.
Yeah.
I was like, man, you want to talk about California burritos? I will say fucking anything. Do not interrogate me.
I think you not think though, like he might have shown you that place to be like, this is serious stuff, and this is what happens when you fuck up.
I think so.
And like he's just like make it, because maybe it'd be stupid to assume that he wouldn't know that you'd talk to 1 or 2 people about it. And like when people hear about that room, they'd be like, I am making sure my visa is done.
Yes.
I mean, I've always made sure my visa is done. Like, what is it? You've got 30 days before the end of it to start the process. Mm-hmm. And like, okay, I know when my visa ends. I make sure my HR does it before it ends. And like, yeah, after hearing that story, I'm 60 days before I'll be like, you better fucking do my shit right now. I don't want to see that room. I don't want to read that on the fucking wall. I don't want to meet this guy in black.
That guy might be in a bad mood when you meet him. I probably met him right after lunch. He was in a great mood. Just had lunch and a cigarette. He's chilling.
But do you know any Chinese though? Like
none.
I
was just standing there like.
Would you get the impression that, because like I know a lot, I'm comfortable with the Chinese that I know. And I can get by quite easily, but I still struggle. But do you think, like, if I tried to speak Chinese to them, they'd be like, oh, cute lao wai?
No. I think that those kinds of things are he's so far past that.
Right, okay.
You know, this is his final form, okay?
Oh, okay. He's probably seen a lot of foreigners speaking English.
I could tell he was so proud of his English. Right. His English was flawless. It was flawless. It was like he spent 30 years in America.
Good thing, like we were saying about the West.
And he was so happy and calm. That was the scariest thing. Every other police officer we dealt with was frantic until we got to his office, and then all of them were just like asshole puckered, and you know all the other police officers confronted us with hostility,
right?
And then he was so calm.
It threw you off so much, yeah.
And he just walks up and he says some Chinese to the Chinese people, and he says some Chinese to my boss. And he just speaks to me in flawless English.
It's gotta be a mindfuck, that.
Yeah, it was.
Like, I don't have any stories like that.
He was the most
glad I don't have any stories
unassuming
like
human being I've ever seen.
Right.
I think that's like part of it. Like I don't remember what he looks like.
That's probably it. Just all you remember is the black.
He's just the most normal looking person in the world.
I think that was probably part of it, just to be like, hey, I'm just another one of these faceless guys.
If I saw him tomorrow, I wouldn't recognize him.
Because he'd be wearing his civvies. That's why.
But I got his WeChat.
You got his...
We've never communicated since. Actually, no, we did, because he messaged me to tell me that my paperwork or something like that was done, and I should come in and pick up.
Invite him up for a drink.
Dude, I don't know if I have the balls.
Man, just like the week before you go, I'm leaving the country. Like a drink. I would like to... peruse your brain.
I'd like to take one more massive risk with my life, please, before I leave.
But I'd like just see how much of a baller this guy is, because I imagine if you're in that position, like you could just walk into any bar, anywhere. It probably wouldn't even be a bar. It'd be like one of those high-end bars that you're not supposed to hear about, but they exist in every country. Yeah. And like
where it's just like a black staircase leading down into like the most high class, high society, like eyes wide shut shit where everyone's wearing fucking masks.
Yeah. And like you get down the bottom of the stairs, you turn around, he's got his mask on, you're the only person without a mask on.
Oh, you're fucked.
Yeah. You're like, this might have been a mistake. But then he just
pull your shirt up over your nose.
But then he just shows you the best night of your fucking life. The next day you're just like, I've got to get back in with that guy.
Dude,
I'm in the wrong end of the scale here.
Yeah, maybe I should become a member of the party. Become one of their foreign diplomats.
Yeah.
Foreign spokesman.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. But he kind of gave me the impression that he was pretty straight-laced. Like, I would be surprised if he drank or even smoked cigarettes. He didn't have an ashtray or anything in his room, in his office.
He said his office was just basically barren.
Yeah.
And he's just there.
Like, there wasn't even, like, paperwork or anything.
Jeez Christ.
I really do get the idea that he's just there to scare people.
To shit people up when they need to be shit up, when they've overstayed the visa. Yeah. I mean, I've heard a few people talk about, like, going down to Hong Kong and getting the, like, what is it? Not a diplomatic, humanitarian visa. And, like, it's like, because their visa's about to run out and they're in the process of running it, but they can't stay in the country without a visa. So, like, they go down to, like, certain places and it's like, okay, we'll give you a humanitarian visa. It lasts for 30 days, but you've got to make sure it's sorted out within those 30 days, because if you overstay that visa, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, they'll see that guy in that room and risk that, and people are so blasé about it. They're like,
people are so careless in this country. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's this place, it's China, and like,
I hate
why do you say it's just China?
Yeah.
Like, this is serious.
It's a serious country.
Fuck around.
Yeah.
It's like the Russians. They don't fuck around.
That's a perfect example. It's like the Russians.
Fuck around, man.
Yeah.
You don't fuck around with them.
You don't fuck with the Russians. You don't fuck with the Chinese.
Like I said, I'm here to make my money, keep my mouth shut, and not rock the boat. And there's a good fucking reason, because they don't fuck around. And like,
same thing with Japan. I've heard scary things about the Japanese police, about interrogations and such.
I bet there's the same stuff in every country. You just don't hear about it in the West. Well,
have you ever been to jail in England?
I've seen the inside of a cell for a night, but not to jail.
Well, that's jail. Well, you're thinking of like prison.
I'm thinking prison, yeah.
Yeah. No, jail is like you can be there for a night, you can get bailed out. You know?
Alright, I mean, I was only there because I was being drunk and disorderly.
Yeah, I had the exact same thing. I woke up in jail.
Yeah, and there's nothing that they could really do me on apart from I didn't tell them where I lived when they was just picking me up like, where you live?
Well, what I noticed about the jail in America is that it didn't have any like hidden places.
How do you know?
Well, I mean, it was a pretty small building.
Okay.
So it wasn't a serious jail. It was out in the Midwest.
But I was at the police station today, and like it did not seem like, and it's just one of those small community police stations. I don't think that has any hidden rooms in it. But how do we know?
Well, that's true. We don't.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like there could be a police station, not every police station
could be a snake
on every planet, in every country.
A scorpion pit.
Yeah.
What's the worst animal to have in a pit?
Rabid dogs.
Nah.
Right, I don't know.
What, a spider pit? You'd rather fall into a spider pit than a rabid dog pit?
I can roll over the spiders.
No, I'm talking about it's filled with spiders. You can't kill them.
Filled with spiders.
Like the walls are made of spiders.
Oh my god. Oh, that would be fucking terrible.
Of all sizes.
I think.
And they only hate you, and they won't bother each other.
A room of really cold water with eels in it, like just waist high as well. So if you sit down, it's like just under your nostrils, and like you can't really sleep in there unless you're in the corner, and then there's just eels riding all over you all the time. Like, dude, this room's the water's just filled with them, just slime.
The worst medieval torture I've ever heard is they get like a basin that's maybe like 3 feet deep,
right?
And they chain you to the bottom of the basin, and you're outside,
right?
And so you're sitting on your ass, and your legs are bent, and your arms are chained to the ground, and your waist is chained to the ground. And they fill the basin of water up to like your nipples.
All right.
Okay. And then they force feed you, and they let you sit in the water, shitting and pissing into the water outdoors, so it fills up with rats and maggots and birds and stuff. And they just leave you there, and they force feed you every day until you die from the infection. As all these animals eat your body while you're living.
And we humans are fucked up, aren't we?
Man? I know that is
like we're creative fuckers.
Shocking.
And like we're like people say like you hear all these people, they're like, oh, it shouldn't be like this. It's like, yeah, but we're humans. We've been at war with everyone forever since the day we figured out how to throw a rock. You know, like. Even if you believe that the Earth was created 6,000 years ago, we've been at constant war. This is what we do, and we're getting really fucking good at it. And like, when the nukes came along, it was like, okay, I can't drop a nuke on that country because they've got a nuke, so they'll drop a nuke on our country. So what do we do now? We subterfuge. And, you know, it's
and we
all
look for countries that don't have nukes yet. Fuck them.
Yeah. Yeah, quite literally. And it's like, well, what are you gonna do? We can just nuke on you. Nobody's ever going to hear about it. Where's the news reporters here? You know?
I'm so curious. So all these countries, especially America, have been talking about like missile defense systems and such.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so curious to know if they're actually effective. Because something that's interesting when you look at like military history is there's a pendulum swing from offense to defense, where one just dominates. Offense, defense, offense, defense. And right now we're on a pendulum swing of offense ever since World War II. Yeah. Where if you have a missile, you beat anything. You know, enough rockets and missiles beats anything.
Well, what is it? They're looking at ballistics now. Like, you don't even need like the atom. You don't need the hydrogen bomb or the atomic bomb. You just need a piece of metal, a piece of rock, traveling fast enough.
You're talking about a relativistic kill missile. Yeah. So that's true, but it doesn't need to be like science fiction speeds. Like the V2 rocket that the Germans fired, it was actually moving so fast that it delivered more energy than the explosives in the warhead. Yeah. But the German scientists weren't aware of that yet at that point.
Well, that's what they're looking at now. Like, and like if we're only just hearing about that, come on, like what was it? I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast recently, and obviously Alex Jones is on there.
He's the best.
He's insanely good.
He's outrageous.
But like he was saying, like his father was working on something, and they had like virtual reality goggles
in like the 60s or something.
Yeah, in the 60s, and they pull up a schematic of it from the 60s, and it's like that is fucking virtual reality goggles.
It looks like the HTC Vive.
Yeah, and you're like.
Not extremely low quality, obviously.
Well, it's just a drawing of it, but you know, the concept was there. So if the concept was there in the 60s, that's 50 years ago, almost 60 years ago now. If they were thinking about it then, really think they didn't make it?
Yeah.
And we're only just making it in the commercial sector now? I mean, come on. In a conspiracy theory time.
But that's what I mean about the swing from attack to defense.
Right.
I'm curious if all these point defense technologies that we have now have gotten to a point where if there was some big war, all these missiles are just useless. Like in the first big engagement, hundreds of missiles are launched and just none of them hit their targets. And then every country's like, ooh, now what do we do?
Send in the troops.
Yeah,
the tanks. World War II time again, guys.
Yeah.
Really. Like, a Brazilian friend came over not too long ago, and like he's helping to open ties between Brazil and China. I'd not seen him in like 2 years, and one of the first things he says to me is, "Do you think there's going to be a big war soon?" I was like, "Well, if you're thinking about it on the other side of the planet, and I'm thinking about it on here, and there's people in Europe thinking about it, and Africa and Asia, there's probably going to be a big war."
Yeah, in that vein, I had a very, very troublesome conversation with a Chinese man a couple years ago.
Troublesome as in how?
As in he is one of the most influential people in the country. In terms of business. I won't say anything else.
Right.
But like everything he's done you would recognize like that. Okay. We're talking highest level stuff.
Right.
All right. And I got a part-time job working for him, working on some of his business material because he's bringing one of his smaller business to America. And I met him because I just happened to be sitting next to him on an airplane from San Francisco.
Okay.
And
he was riding class like the rest of us.
Business class, yeah.
You were riding business class?
I guess coach.
coach.
Yeah.
So he's really riding like the rest of us cattle.
I suppose so.
He's just in there secretly like, oh, I'm gonna get one of these guys.
He's a pretty unassuming guy too.
Okay. That's it though. Like
I want to say more about him, but I feel like I shouldn't. But anyway,
you probably shouldn't.
He was 100% certain that there will be a war between America and China.
It's already happening. It's the trade wars. Like,
no, a war.
Yeah, but look at it now. Like
we're sitting at lunch. And we're tossing ideas back and forth, just talking about like history and stuff like that. And he's absolutely certain, looking across me, like looking me in the eyes, like, oh yeah, of course, China and America will go to war.
Yeah, I have no doubt in that.
I'm like, dude, like,
I just hope I'm out of this country by the time that happens.
Yeah.
And they fight it over the ocean, not over Europe,
or over America.
Or over America. Well, if they fight it over the ocean,
I need to get away from DC.
Yeah. Well, which side's DC on?
East Coast.
Yeah. So, wouldn't you want to be on DC?
No, I want to be out in the middle of nowhere where
like Montana or
I
something.
want to be
like
out
that.
Away from not Montana.
Why?
Because you want to be away from high value targets.
Right.
Because those are where the nukes are coming.
So bumfuck nowhere.
Yes, exactly. Bumfuck nowhere. And you have to be careful because bumfuck nowhere is where the government likes to hide nuclear silos.
Yeah. Like England, like is just too small. Like
it's so little.
If like two nukes were dropped on the UK, that is it.
People could swim from Europe to England.
Yeah.
If Europe got bad enough, they'd be like, fuck it, let's swim.
Yeah. I mean, like,
they'd be jumping in with like pool floaties.
There was a comedian that did it, and like this comedian's not known for being very fucking healthy. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna swim.
Was it Eddie Izzard?
No. He did the marathons.
Yeah.
But it was this other guy, David Williams, and like he did the show called Little Britain, and it's fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you guys need a wall. A coastal wall.
We've got the cliffs of Dover, but we need to extend them.
Yes, exactly. Extend the cliffs.
These
are nice cliffs. Can we get these everywhere? Can we work that out?
Country, yeah. But those things are sinking anyway because
the cliffs are sinking.
Yeah. Like because in the Ice Age, the ice caps were like 2 miles high or something ridiculous like that, supposedly. And like rock is quite malleable, and like the whole north of the UK was under one of these ice caps. So when the ice caps melted, the glaciers melted, basically this rock started to push itself back up.
Ah, okay.
So
it's righting itself.
Yeah. So the bottom,
like
so the south end of the UK is kind of sinking, whilst Scotland is rising. Basically.
You need to get more weight in Scotland.
Yeah. That's why we've tricked them to eat all the deep fried Mars bars and shit like that. Like, keep eating, bitches. We need you to sink.
Jump up and down.
Well, we were talking. Oh yeah, China and America going to war.
Dude, I hope that doesn't happen, man.
And like
it can't end well for anyone.
Well, if either one of those countries goes into a war, it's literally going to be the East versus the West. Russia and China will be together.
And Pakistan.
And
Iran.
And Iran. And probably like Saudi Arabia and those places.
And North Korea. Against Japan, South Korea,
and Japan
India,
will get
Australia.
Fucked within 5 days. And like America will have to come back in and save Japan because it would be a very important naval position for them.
Yeah.
It'd be ground zero for operations basically, and the whole of the Japanese population would be like, we need to get the fuck out of here. And America would be like, yeah, come over here, you're American now, but now get back into the internment camps.
We can't trust you.
Yeah, but like I really don't want it to happen. I really don't. And like the more I look at into the geopolitics of everything, I'm like, the more I believe it is going to happen. And like the whole of the West versus the whole of the East, and I'm just like, at least half the population of the planet is going to die within 2 years. Yeah. 2 years, and it'll be fucking massacre after massacre.
Probably more considering
famine,
war agreements go out the window once war becomes serious. Yeah. War agreements are for proxy wars where we can all play nice. Yeah. Because there's not really anything on the line.
I really hope it doesn't happen.
But things like EMPs are going to go off day one. Yeah. And every major country is going to be sent back to the Stone Age. Yeah. And if you're not already living in the forest on a farm...
All you have to do is turn off the electricity and then the water stops pumping.
Of course, yeah.
And then every country, every city on the planet... Yeah. I mean, look at this city. It's got 10 million people in it.
15
15. Last time I checked, it was 10.7.
When did you check? It was like 12.5 when I got here. 13.
Okay, so I've been this statistic. Like I've been hearing 14 million for a while. I was telling people that, but then I checked and it was like 10.7.
Oh, like, maybe with the migrants.
Yeah,
migrant workers.
But like a city like this, turn off the electricity, the water starts pumping, people start freezing in winter. Start burning up in summer.
Yeah. Well, what happens when just food stops coming? Like 15 million people
start eating each other, and it'd be the same cities.
What did they say? Any society is 9 miles from anarchy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not a fucking lie, is it? I mean, how precarious this whole thing is.
So precarious. That's why I've been looking at property around the DC area, but I really just want to go to the mountains of West Virginia.
Yeah, but how many other people are thinking like this? Like, I'm ahead of the curve, and everyone's like, you're fucking insane. Like, nah, when those bombs drop, when they're gonna drop, I don't know, but when they drop, I will be over there growing my own food, starting my own civilization with blackjack and hookers.
Well, no blackjack, but definitely hookers.
Well, when you've got all the food back in the Stone Age, you know. You just tell other people, hey, I can feed all your ladies, you know. And I'll feed your family as well.
That's my plan. I'm going to go back to America. I'm going to start stockpiling guns and rice and silver coins.
I have a friend in, I'm not going to say where he is, but he's from the States. And like he said, they were moving house one day and they had 300 guns in a U-Haul.
Nice.
He said, like, if they got stopped whilst they were moving that, they would have just been like in jail for a couple of days. Like, well, you need to show us all the fucking permits. They had permits for all 300 guns, and like they said he had something ridiculous like 500,000 rounds. Yeah,
that's pretty casual collection.
And I'm just like,
you can amass that in like a couple weekends.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you say that, but you know, I'm from the UK, and I've seen a shotgun once, and I shit myself. I was around at my dealer's house when I was about 15, and again, I've not smoked weed for years before, like I quit like 2 years.
So that means he's a hard ass criminal, right? He's got a gun in the UK.
Yeah, and like I only saw it because he left the door to his kitchen open. And it was just there on the table.
In the kitchen?
Yeah, it was just there on the table.
He's cooking with it.
Pasta won't get dry, won't get wet. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, I'll just. Bye. I'm leaving now. Yeah. Fuck this. Like, what is it? The most we see really. I mean, what is it? Knife crime has gone up in London because there's 5 guns in the whole of London.
Well, knife crime London has more homicides than New York now.
Yeah, because of knife crime, and like apparently that was because of the I watched a Vice documentary with interviewing some of the gangs that have been there for like years and like. Been operating for like 20 years or something. They're like, well, yeah, when the Somali immigrants came over, they were like, they started getting into the trade and we're getting into confrontations with them. And we were like, what are you going to do? Stab us? You're going to stab us? And they stabbed us 12 times in the chest. And I was like, yeah, this guy's probably seen his whole family murdered in front of him. He's from Somalia, for fuck's sake.
He probably murdered them.
Yeah, that place is.
We're not experts on Somalia. Let me just say, we're gonna say some offensive things here. Just fucking deal with it. It's jokes, okay? Fuck you, people. But yeah, anyone who's getting upset.
Yeah, but that I was just like,
I'm sure Somalia is a beautiful place.
Probably a beautiful country. But like this gang member, I was going to say leader, he was just like, yeah, we had to retaliate, we had to, otherwise they would have taken over.
You don't just let someone stab you in the chest 12 times, right? 10 times would be cheeky, right, as you guys say.
Yeah. But 12, that's crossing the line.
11's a bit rude.
Yeah. Now you're taking the biscuit with 12, though.
Oh, the biscuit all day.
I'm taking that biscuit. Yeah.
Where I went to school in Montana, you could buy anything. You could buy Cold War era tanks on Craigslist for cheaper than cars.
Why didn't you? That would be my question. I wouldn't care if I got on a watch list. I'd be like, bitch, I got a tank.
What am I going to do with a Cold War era tank?
Can drive it.
I know.
See if you can get it working. It'd be like, bitch, I got a working tank.
It works.
Well, there you go.
The only thing that's missing is the firing pin, I think.
You can get one.
Yeah, you can just probably make one.
Yeah. I mean, you got a lathe, and you've probably got one right there. then you just need to get the artillery.
No problem. I'll make those as well.
Jeez.
You could buy a Barrett 50 cal for $12,000.
50 cal.
Yeah, Barrett 50 cal, the semi-automatic sniper rifle.
Right. That's 50,000.
12,000.
12,000.
Yeah, reasonable.
I have that.
Yeah, and all you need is an ID. You walk in there with $12,000 and an ID. Walk out with a 50 cal. It's like $8 a bullet, so you gotta be pretty loaded to be plinking off with that.
Well, the U.S. Army has a lot of fucking money, doesn't it?
Oh, they do. Maybe they should have more though. I'm not satisfied until I see Gundams. All right, I want America to have Gundams.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's not that far off this. It's far.
And dragons. I think we should start genetically engineering monsters. This is my theory. Okay, I think that we should make challenges for ourselves, the human race, so that we can band together and we can become friends dealing with them.
Yeah, well, that's one thing a friend said to me is he was saying the only way we'd really ever get everybody on the same page is if an outside force,
like aliens.
Yeah, and then he said he also followed that up with, and I want us to get so technologically advanced that we can spit in the face of God.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I want to be a Dragon Ball Z character.
Yeah.
We should start genetically engineering dragons. Have them breed like rabbits. Have it only take. They give birth to a litter of 500 dragons at once, like a frog, and it only takes them a week to reach maturity.
Have you never thought okay, there's dinosaurs and shit like that, and there's fossil evidence of it, but how accurate are our artist renditions of these animals? Maybe they were just fucking dragons, and we just killed them all, and maybe the planet is only 6,000 years old.
Yeah, right. When you see a Bronchiosaurus, maybe it did have wings.
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe the wings were just a different material and they disintegrated.
Maybe T-Rex's real name was Drogon.
Oh, fake. Oh. Or maybe it was Steve. We don't even know if they had hair or not, because all that stuff.
Well, we know some of them definitely had feathers, but we know not all of them had, because when any animal gets to a certain size, it has to deal with losing heat, otherwise it'll just boil. Yeah. So the larger ones definitely didn't have leafage, feather coverage. But some of the smaller ones definitely did, like Archaeopteryx. We can see the actual feathers on their fossils.
Are those the giant killer birds? Which ones are those? The velociraptor birds?
Yeah, but they're tiny.
No, I thought they were big ones, 8 feet tall, the size of a velociraptor, but bird-like.
Deinonychus.
I don't know. You tell me. You're this fucking dinosaur expert all of a sudden. you fucking know their names. Which genus did it come from?
Sauropods. I know too much about dinosaurs. I should have spent this time learning about dinosaurs to actually learn a skill.
Yeah, you should just be an archaeologist or whatever.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a paleontologist. Paleontologist, not archaeologist. Yeah. Archaeologist studies humans. That's boring.
Wait, I thought anthropologists study humans.
Archaeology is human history.
And paleontology?
Prehistory.
And anthropology? Nobody knows that.
Anthropology, isn't that
I thought that was a study of humans.
Anthropology of anthros?
Humans, that's studying humans.
I don't know. Probably. I don't know.
Whatever.
But yeah.
Look, the pyramids were built by aliens, okay? That is known, okay?
Well, that is a big mystery. What is it? There's that guy...
Graham Hancock,
yeah. Who's just these civilizations that were 12,000 years old now, and we got evidence for them. It's yeah.
Those look pretty convincing.
And there's all these
people who argue against him. It always feels like they go out of their way to make arguments, and it's just not. I don't know. His arguments are so simple, and it always feels like the simplicity is why they seem so valid.
Well, what is it? Was it Einstein? I don't know. It's some famous guy. It's if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it enough.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Probably Einstein. He said some smart shit.
Yeah. He also said fold your socks. So.
He said what?
Fold your socks.
Fold your socks?
Yeah. And my life's improved drastically.
Why? Yeah, but does it really matter?
I don't have a punchline for this.
How many people are judging you on your socks? Look at that crumple, you piece of shit. You're fired.
You'd be surprised. I work for a pretty prestigious school, and I keep my mouth shut in China.
Hey, do these shoes have a name? I bet. Do you know the name? Are they Oxfords or some shit?
Yeah. From Clark's, I think.
Oh,
shop
shit.
Clark's. I think I got them in the UK.
At some point in my life, I would like to learn things like this.
Yeah.
Like the names of suits and the names of shoes and stuff like that.
I don't give a shit about that. I just like that suit. That suit looks good. Give me that suit, and someone's like, "Oh, the Oxford Terrier." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. Just give it me. How much is it? It's £5,000, sir. Don't give me that one. Give me this one.
Give it me. I don't think. Yeah. If you say it like that, you probably can't afford it.
Yeah.
In it.
Man.
Of course, the first step of the plan is to lose about 65 pounds.
Yeah.
And then I can look good in a suit.
Oh my god! I went to 2 weddings a few years ago, at least 4 or 5 years ago. I went to my cousin's wedding, and I had this fucking slamming suit. It was like a light grey with a light purple shirt in the middle, and like I looked fucking good, man. And I was like, I look good, I feel good, and then I wore it again in China. For a friend's wedding, an American guy got married to a Chinese woman, now back in the States. But
what?
What is it? I was going to a friend's wedding about 3 or 4 months ago. And I tried this suit on, and I've got fat. I like the legs won't even go past my fucking just above my knees. I'm like, this is fucking bad. I told my dad, he's like, yeah, you're gonna lose some weight. Then I'm like, I'm just gonna buy a bigger suit. I'm in China. This is cheap as shit. I got a new suit for like 4,000. What?
Tell.
I can tell you later.
So you see my profile picture of me in the suit?
Right, yeah.
I bought that my first year here.
Oh, yeah, you look thin on that.
Dude, I've tried to wear that a little while ago. I can't close the vest.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, the vest is like, the edges are 6 inches away from each other. It's not even close.
But my granddad came to my brother's wedding in China, and, like, he doesn't give a shit anymore. Like, his pants didn't fit him, so what he did is he got a piece of string, tied it around the board, and then tied it around the board hole. That was it.
Yep.
That was my granddad for the day. He looked good, but his clothes didn't fit him.
Dude, these are my fat pants. I actually stole these from my dad. Look, there's no button or anything. It's just this like infinite loop tie here. I can gain like another 300 pounds with these pants.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the goal of that, though, isn't it? It's the American dream.
Once you start building something, once you start building a foundation, what I'm doing right now is, I'm laying bricks to a house. Right. Okay? And it's a process that requires a lot of dedication. Oh, it's going to be a fat fucking house. Yeah. Brick shit house.
Okay. What's the end goal of this? Just to die of a heart
attack? Heart disease? Yeah, 100%. Just to be another statistic.
Just before the bombs drop, hey?
Yeah. I'm hoping the bomb drops directly on me.
Just lands on you and it doesn't explode. You're like, that just really fucking hurt.
That's gonna be a bruise.
Man, I would be so pissed off if I actually moved to the mountains, started growing all my crops and shit. I was like, this is looking good. I could actually survive. And then a bomb drops on my fucking farm. I moved out here so this wouldn't happen.
It was an accident. They missed the city.
But they just somebody changed it from inches to centimeters.
Yeah, right.
NASA joke. Don't know that?
No.
Was it Mars? I think it was Mars. I'm not sure when it was, but there was some scientists, NASA and some other space agencies, and they were sending a probe to Mars, and I think they sent the calculations from Europe to America, but nobody checked the conversion of centimeters to inches, so basically, no, meters to feet or something like that, yeah, meters to feet, and so when this probe was landing, it just slammed into the ground, thinking it was still 100 meters, still 100 feet above the ground. Yeah. It's like, nah, somebody fucked this up. So they've been really diligent with that recently.
Oversights like that are hilarious.
Yeah, didn't Russia get a probe on Venus? Russia got, I'm pretty sure, yeah, they got a probe on Venus.
Russia does everything space related.
Yeah, you're not seeing that meme going about recently. First man in space, first dog in space, first thing in orbit, first space station, America, first man on the moon. We won! We won the space race! I'm pretty sure Russia has been putting probes on Venus, not just Mars. Yeah, they've got them, we only hear about NASA because America's fucking brilliant at PA.
Insane propaganda, insane advertising.
Yeah, their soft power is ridiculous. Their soft power and propaganda and everything is so good that everyone's like, Russia's always the bad guy. What are we talking about? Mm-hmm. And even Russians are like, shit, are we the bad guys?
I watched the Victory Day parade the other day, the Russian Victory Day parade.
I didn't know they even had one.
They have them apparently every year, which I thought was hilarious because I didn't realize that until I started actually looking at it. It just came up in my feed, so I clicked on it.
Right.
And I was like, Victory Day. And it's like the 74th anniversary for World War II.
Right. So what did they do? They just march all the military down?
Yeah. March through, Moscow.
Right.
And as I'm watching it in the beginning of the video, the generals come out in their, cars, and they're saluting everybody, and they look so angry. And then it comes over, the intercom, the 74th anniversary. I'm like, 74? That's a weird amount. And then I realize... yearly. It's every year. That's why they look so angry. Every year they have to organize this fucking parade.
We just couldn't get away with that in the West. Nobody's that proud, and it's sentiment is kind of changing. People, especially with what's happened with this mass immigration thing in Europe, a lot of people are coming out the woodwork and being like, actually, I'm really proud of what my grandparents is. You shouldn't be that proud.
But it depends who their grandparents are.
Yeah.
If they're in the RAF, you should be pretty fucking proud.
Yeah, definitely.
If they're in the SS, they shouldn't be very proud.
Yeah. My granddad told me a story. He's like, my father went over the trenches in the First World War. I'm like, all right, cool. I've never met the guy. He's like, yeah, I only knew him till I was 7 years old. He went over the trenches, boom, first one over the trenches, dead. I'm like, that's the only thing I ever heard about my great granddad. I'm like, yeah, that guy was cannon fodder to win the war.
Everyone was.
Yeah, to win that stupid fucking thing. But I don't know if I should be proud about that, because it's he fought in the war, but also died pretty fucking needlessly.
So this might be an unnecessarily political question, but what's going on with Europe? And more specifically, very specifically actually, do you think that Europeans appreciate, our generation, young Europeans, do you think they appreciate the gravity of what just happened in the 20th century?
Probably not, because we've only been learning history of the last 200, 300, 400 years where Europe fucked up Africa and other places, and we've got to feel this white guilt. It's okay, we're not the only countries that fucked things up. I mean, look at the Mongols. They fucked up, what is it, the Library of Alexandria or some shit like that? Didn't they burn that down? I might be completely wrong there.
Baghdad. They destroyed Baghdad.
They destroyed Baghdad. Who did the Library of Alexandria? Caesar, okay, so that is Europe again.
There's a conspiracy theory that he didn't burn down the library, that he just stole all the books and brought them to Rome. To the Vatican. It's all under the Vatican. Yeah, because the Romans were famous for stealing technology. So it wouldn't make sense that they would destroy the largest cache of technology in the world.
Right. But that's what I'm saying though, Europe did corporatize the slave trade, but that doesn't mean that the slave trade wasn't a thing before that. They just made it more efficient.
So
which
how much,
is fucking terrible.
As a child, as children's, how much do you learn about World War I and World War II?
I learned quite a lot about World War II.
From school?
Yeah, from primary school, and then after that I went to a terrible fucking school. I'm surprised I got anywhere out of that school. I got anything out of it, because...
You just had knife class in the morning, and then spoon class after that, and then bludgeoning class after that.
Well, let's put it this way. One boy called another boy's mother fat, so he stabbed him with a pencil and threw him off the first flight of stairs. And in England, that's pretty fucking brutal. Yeah. I mean, when he landed, he broke his hip. Yeah. And
it sounds like they watch a little bit too much
WWF.
I
call it WWF because fuck WWE. Or shit after the WWF.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah. Let's not get sidetracked on that. It sounds like they watch a little bit too much Guy Ritchie.
Yeah. Maybe. But I don't know, like a lot of the people from my school are fucking drug addicts now. And like, luckily I had the parents that kept me out of that shit, you know.
Luckily you only casually dabbled in drugs.
Yeah, for about a decade.
That's pretty casual.
Yeah, it was light drugs anyway, but you know, I think that's fucked up my brain quite a bit. But yeah, going back to Europe, like, I think a lot of people, because of the mass migration, started looking into the history of everything, and then with all the terrorist attacks, they started looking into the history of like the wars between Christianity and Islam, and like how a lot of it is to do with politics and a lot of it is to do with religious wars and stuff like that. But I think, well, put it this way, the guy that made the film Amélie, which is based in Paris, he was asked to make a sequel of it recently, and he went, no, Paris isn't beautiful anymore. And that's because, like, basically Paris has lost what it was in the 60s that made it the place to be like, oh, the place of love, you know, because I suppose when there's millions and millions and millions of people, just because of the population is increased as well, and then, you know, the corporatization of the West, I mean, we've lost our fucking soul basically to work 5 days on, 2 days off. You know, in the words of Steve Hughes, how long do you do this until you're fucking dead? And we've just accepted that, you know. And like, it's only, I think it's taken terrorism and really negative things to make a lot of people like wake up to not how fucked up capitalism is, because some of the greatest things on the planet, the greatest, in my opinion, some of the greatest systems like the NHS and stuff like that have come through socialist capitalism, I would guess you'd call it. It wouldn't have been possible without capitalism. And I might be bullshitting there, I don't know. But I'll backtrack on that one.
Let me pull out my master's in economics.
Yeah. I have no fucking idea. But like, from what I see, like, there's two sides of the spectrum in the West right now. There's those people that are like, open the borders, share everything that we've got, and, you know, make the world a better place. And then there's other people on the other side saying, yes, we agree, but also let's not open ourselves to assholes all around the world. And like, that's what you do in your own back garden. Like, you share your stuff, you know, you share your beers with everybody. But if a guy comes over and starts being a dick, like, even if it is your friend's friend and he's coming over and then he starts saying, oh, your house is shit, you know, the way you run your house is terrible, you should do it this way. He's like, who the fuck are you? I invited you over. It's like here in China, I'm a guest in this country. I don't try and rock the boat.
I actually really like how China handles most of its foreign policy.
I don't know enough about it.
Well, they're extremely cautious with everything they do. China and Japan as well, they'll never be the country that opens their border. And it also seems like they'll never be the country that just runs headlong into another country's business.
Right.
For the most part.
Well, like, the West has been doing that for a while, hasn't it?
Like with the Syria thing, I remember Xi Jinping giving a talk that I watched on WeChat, where he basically said the Western powers and all the powers that are assisting in Syria, they can expect China's financial support, but nothing else.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely fair. He's like, we're not taking a single Syrian.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
that is a good thing.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah, and like that whole thing with the Middle East, like I don't even think like it's like people are acting like it's a new thing, and I'm like, hasn't this war between Europe and the Middle East and North Africa been going on since
1400 years?
Yeah, like. Since civilizations were a fucking thing, before when people started going, oh, I can actually control large swaths of land and I want to take more power, and it's just been back and forth for over 1,000 years now. It's like, this is nothing new. This is humans. We're shit. We're good at war. Like I said before, we were at war the day we learned how to throw a rock. This is what we do. We're good at it. I mean, look at all the other animals on the planet. They have their small little tribe, and then any other tribe, even if it's the same animal, fuck them, they're our competition. we want this land. This is our land. We make our food here.
And even if it's the same tribe sometimes, like chimpanzees, when their tribe gets too big, they'll split into two separate tribes. Yeah. Sometimes a bigger tribe just goes and slaughters the smaller one.
Right. And, like, you don't think, like, I've recently met somebody who didn't believe in evolution and was very, not very devout, but, like, devout enough to not believe in evolution. And, like, I tried talking to them about it, and they're just like, I don't see how they can be monkeys if we come from monkeys. How are they still here? I'm like, you just don't get it. I tried to explain it, but like, yeah, we're not that far out of the trees, evolutionary speaking. Like, what was it? A few million years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
We started going into the Stone Age, and what is it? Chimps have just been declared.
The Stone Age.
Yeah, because they're using tools to using tools regularly. It's like, okay, they're in the Stone Age now. Like, okay, in another couple million years, they might be rivaling what we are now.
Do you think that we should uplift them? Do you think we should grab some chimp DNA and put it into a CRISPR and make them super intelligent?
Nah.
Why not?
Nah.
I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah, with one of them. And then, murder that fucking thing. But I do not want a Planet of the Apes thing, because you just know that would happen, and that's our own fucking hubris. Like let's mess with this fucking thing and see how good we can make it. Oh shit, we made it too good. That's what the fucking nuke is.
Hey man, I live in America, okay? I think I can deal with some dragons and some chimps and stuff. Out in the UK, you're not gonna win in a spoon fight with a chimp.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you were saying that you can get a 50 cal for $1,200?
$12,000.
$12,000.
A bear at 50 cal, like the best on the market.
Right, so there you go. That's not a fucking ballista that your Greyjoy's fucking firing, is it? You know what I mean? Like,
but his is probably more accurate than a 50 cal bear.
Probably, yeah. Until somebody else is firing it for him.
Yeah, man. I want to just sit on my balcony and hunt dragons all day. That's what I want my future to be. Is that so much to ask?
But with the advent of VR, and if you get a hold on some of that 60s technology VR that the government's been using, you probably can do that. I mean, how do we know we're not in a 60s VR simulation and the computer's just fucking awesome?
I'm hoping that some billionaire comes along and builds a fake island out in the middle of the ocean, and then just crazy shit goes down out there. We're talking about, like, gladiatorial battles.
Do you think that shit isn't already going on?
Genetically experimented monsters. Have, like, proxy wars out there.
How do you think the Rockefellers are still alive?
Like, if America and China want to fight each other, they can just use this island out in the middle of the ocean, and each one deploys a robot army.
That's what somebody said, like, Syria is a proxy war. All these different countries are like, look how good we can do this maneuver. I'm like, that sounds plausible. Look how good we can take over this. Oh, how would we defend against that? We couldn't defend against that. Maybe we shouldn't put this. And, like, they're all just watching each other and watching each other's tactics, and they're just like, these are the things that we can do, but we're obviously not showing all our cards. It's like, all right, why would everybody do that? Oh, because why have a real war when you can have a proxy war there and fuck up somebody else's back garden and not give a shit about it, and then just go, oh, terrorists, we're getting rid of the terrorists.
Oh no, terrorists.
Yeah. And like, that's pretty plausible. I don't believe it, but it's plausible.
Alright, let's make a hard pivot to comedy.
Alright.
So you recently started a comedy thing.
Yeah. Well,
you want to talk about it?
I can give you the highlights anyway, because I'm not going to go into details and talk about people behind the backs that aren't.
Oh no, not that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. The organization that you represent.
Oh, WuHA-HAn.
WuHA-HAN.
I play on the word of Wuhan.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. Genius.
A motherfucking genius.
Yeah.
The Shakespeare of our age, truly.
Well, actually,
he's also British.
Yeah.
Wasn't Shakespeare? My God, you guys have so much in common.
Yeah. You can just hear how poetically speaking.
How commody you are.
Yeah. In it.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. But we do a show like at least once every month, and we're doing open mics and stuff like that.
Sweet. Out in Honko, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
And like, I'm guessing whoever's gonna listen to this has no fucking idea where Hanko is.
That's alright.
Yeah, unless they're in Hanko. But
I wouldn't be surprised if some WuHa-Han people listen to these podcasts.
Yeah, and then I'm meeting that guy in black. But
hey man, just try not to look like yourself. Just try to blend in.
Yeah, white guy blending in this country is kind of fucking hard. Man, I'll tell you a story. Like, it's nothing to do with the comedy, but a few years ago, I was a judge in a English competition, and like, it fucked me up because like, this little girl comes in, and she's cute. She's all this, you know. She does a little dance, and then they go, okay, now she's gonna speak English, and she goes, "Hi, my name's blah blah, and I'm Chinese. I love my beautiful yellow skin, my beautiful black eyes, and my beautiful black hair. My favorite sentence is, I love China." And as she's saying, "Look, I love China," she spreads her arms wide. I'm like, that's cool. Like, you don't have yellow skin. Tanned, I'd say tanned. You know, I wouldn't say yellow.
Yeah.
Like, and I've not seen anybody like when somebody's like, oh, they're all yellow. I'm like, they're tanned. Come on, let's be honest.
Tan and pale, they don't have these words.
Yeah.
Everything is either white, black, or yellow.
Yeah, but
there's nothing
like,
in between.
I was like, that's cool. Like, you said that very well. 5 out of 5. Cool. Next kid comes in. I love my beautiful yellow skin, my beautiful black eyes, and my beautiful black hair. My favorite sentence is, I love China. And that's when I realized
every single one of them was
the next 8 kids all said the exact same thing. And that's when I realized, like, the teacher has just fed them this, going, this is what the white man wants to hear. He wants to hear that we're yellow with black eyes and black hair, and
Dude.
we love China. I'm like,
all right,
this is terrifying.
That's bad. I have a very similar story, and I'm afraid to make the conclusion that this is what the white man wanted to hear.
Yeah.
All right. Same thing, judge for an English competition, but it was for a university.
Right.
And they knew that there was going to be an American judge.
Right.
And
I love hamburgers.
Dude, the second guy up, they were like, they were writing their own stories and then saying the stories to us, and we're supposed to rate them.
Right.
The second guy up told a story about him and a girl going to a well to get water to bring back home.
Right.
And it was just one enormous rant about him, about like, what's it called when people hate gay people?
Homophobe?
Yeah, it was just one enormous homophobic rant. Where at one point he was screaming at us, the judge, "I'm not a faggot!"
Okay.
He's like, "I love pussy, I'm not a faggot!"
Is this Michael?
Comedian. But I was shocked. And like multiple times he looked at me, he's like, right? He's like, I love fucking pussy, right? We're not faggots. Well, I'm not a faggot, right? I'm like, Jesus, man, like, what do you want me to agree with you?
How does getting water from a well turn into a homophobic rant? That's what I would have known.
Man, it was rough. And he ended up winning the competition. The Chinese judges gave him perfect scores.
And like in that same competition I was in, like, there's these guys that were giving these like speeches, like obviously practiced, very well versed in that. But I just couldn't get behind it because like the only emotion that they could portray was like a strong face with a hand in front of them and taking one step backwards, taking one step forwards, then going back into like a sulking voice. And I'm like,
it was practiced.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't get this. And like my Chinese wasn't good enough, so obviously I don't know what they were saying. But like, just from body language, it was like I can't get behind anything that this is like. I get that you're feeling strong about something, now you're feeling sad, but like all these like loads of different guys had the same fucking thing, and I'm like, I don't get this. Is this like the Beijing opera thing? Is it something from that? And I like Beijing opera. I can't get behind that, man. I really can't. But
something I've always found was strange is choreographed dance.
Sometimes it can look great,
and this entire country feels like choreographed dance.
Well, you know, you see the old ladies all doing the choreographed dance on the streets. So
I feel like they're the only people who are honest. I feel like they're because they actually want to dance.
Yeah.
But I'm not actually just talking about literally dancing. Like those students doing that gesture with their arm up and then saying this line that their teacher gave them. That's just choreographed. Everything is choreographed. And without the choreograph, there's nothing. There's no substance.
There's definitely one thing that does irk me, which is the adverts that you see, and like have these very big expressions and always open the mouth very wide.
Yes.
And then it's overdubbed with somebody's voice who is clearly not that person. And it's like, I don't know why you've done that. Like, every time we go to the cinema, there's this little girl, and I don't know what she says, but she's got a cute little mouth, and she's a cute little girl, and all that. And then there's, like, a full-grown woman's voice coming out of her mouth, and, like, pretending to be a child as well. And, like, this is just off-putting.
What about the commercials where they're just yelling in that weird, like, rhythm the whole time? Like, blah, 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 blue, blah, 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 blah.
But America
and then
does
the next
that, and it
person
works.
comes, blah, 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 blue, blah, blah, blah.
But, like, there's American adverts like that, and they work because it gets stuck in your head. I mean, it's the rhythm.
Maybe.
Yeah, why do you think radio jingles get stuck in your head?
Maybe that is it.
It's totally it's good.
I love checking my ad blocker. I'm up to like 800,000 ads blocked in 3 years.
I'm pretty sure mine clears itself out.
Oh, I guess mine never does. But dude, I haven't watched an ad on YouTube in literally years, and every now and then I'll be at someone else's house.
On what?
YouTube.
What is this?
It's a thing that I would never use in China, but I just have dreams about using it.
Yeah. I can understand that.
So when I imagine myself being in America at someone else's apartment, and their computer is running a YouTube video and an ad comes up, it's like offensive to my soul. I'm like, what is this garbage I'm being subjected to? They're trying to sell me something that I just feel so alien.
Yeah. But adverts are everywhere, man. I mean, they're even in the fucking lifts now. I mean, obviously you don't have a lift here, but like in my apartment building, like there's a lift and there's a big fucking screen right next to the door that's just screaming that blah, 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 blah.
God, that's awful, man.
Like on the way to work, you go down this and you just hear it. And even if you got your headphones on, it's just there in the corner of your eye, and you're like, I know this fucking one because I've heard it at the time that I didn't bring my fucking headphones.
It's like that Black Mirror episode where everyone has to watch ads all the time, and if you close your eyes, it goes red and starts beeping. Yeah. Open your eyes, open your eyes, open your eyes. Like, God damn it.
Yeah.
I love Black Mirror. Season 4 is coming soon, I think.
Yeah, and like, the English ones are so much better than the American ones.
Is there American Black Mirror?
Well, there's American writers and like there's English writers, and like you can definitely tell which ones are English and which ones are American.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, like the American ones are usually very glossy, very bright and colourful.
Give me an example of an American one.
The one where they were in the virtual world.
That's the best one. No, wait, which one?
Well, what's she called? The woman that was in Jurassic World. She's what's she called? Howard Dallas Bryce or something like that. I don't know. But she's got that app on her phone and everybody's rating each other.
Oh, okay. That's an American one?
Yeah. It's really bright and glossy, isn't it?
Ah, interesting.
And then an English version is the one where that cybernetic dog, that cyborg dog, not even cyborg dog, that dog's robot dog's chasing down the woman, and it's all dark and gritty, and it's like,
and it looks just like that dog from Boston Dynamics.
Yeah, exactly. And like I think that is a very good contrast of the American one and the English one. I really do prefer the English one, not just because I'm English, but because I think they're just a lot more down to earth, and like the American ones definitely try and make things bright and colourful. Even the one where they had they were in that museum.
Foreigners would be forgiven if all they saw of England were English movies where there doesn't seem to be any colour. Everything's just like dull. Yeah. Like, I don't know what filter you use for like a Guy Ritchie movie. That's just but where the whole country is just like dull.
Grey and brown.
Grey and brown. Yeah. And you would be forgiven if you just thought that was England. Like, I don't want to go to England. They don't have color there yet. They haven't invented color yet. Everything's still in black and white.
I'll tell you, where I checked some statistics for my city, Manchester, and it rains 53% of the time. 53% of the year it's raining, and that doesn't mean like some days it's sunny, some days it's raining. No, that just means like at any given moment,
it's second basis, rain, not rain, not rain.
And it's fucking ridiculous. And like, I literally remember, like, sometimes it'll just be 2 weeks of not heavy rain, not light rain, like drizzle. That rain that's so fine that even a tiny gust blows it up underneath your umbrella and just piss sweats you through.
Yeah.
And like, there's no point in
it's so fine that you like breathe it into your lungs.
Yeah, and there's no fucking point in taking an umbrella with you because it's just getting splashed up by everything. Even just you walking through it, you're like, it's fucking bullshit, man. And like, I remember weeks of that, literally like 2 weeks of that, and you just don't see the sun.
I visited Ireland over the last summer, and they had 3 weeks of no rain, and like the grass was turning brown. It's the first time I'd ever seen that in Ireland, and I was like, "This is weird." Like, you suddenly realize if it stops rain, like they're famous for rain, and England is too. But if it suddenly stops raining, this place is fucked. It'll be a desert in a month.
Yeah, yeah, and like it's funny though because like Manchester is like basically on the edge of some ancient mountains, so like. If there's any rain, it all comes through us. So we're fine, really. And like, basically, the clouds form over the sea and then go over Liverpool. If you know anything about the geography of England, Liverpool is to the east of Manchester, about 40 miles, something like that.
But Liverpool's on the coast, though, right?
Yeah. So like, and it's really fucking windy half the time. So these clouds just blow straight over Liverpool. And when it rains there, it fucking rains. But then they go straight over to Manchester, and then they meet clouds from the other side of the fucking country, because England's fucking tiny. And then they meet up over the top of these ancient mountains that are basically eroded to hills, the glorified hills right now. And then they just fall back over Manchester. So that's why it rains 53% of the time there. Again, don't check me on that.
No, that's tough. I've always wanted to go to Scotland. I've never been to Scotland.
I've only been once, and I don't remember it, but I got told that my brother had long hair back then, and a lot of Scottish guys were saying, "Does the wee girl want a haircut?"
It sounds like the thing Scottish would say.
Yeah, and my dad took us back down.
They were busy throwing trees and like eating pig hearts or some crazy shit.
Yeah. But he just took my brother, he took us back down from Scotland to England, just went to my mum, he's getting a fucking haircut. I just got embarrassed by a bunch of Scottish guys not having this.
I feel like it'd be a good place to rent a car. Like, what's the last big city before you really enter Scotland from England?
Newcastle.
So like fly into Newcastle, rent a car, and drive through Scotland for a while.
Yeah.
You
can rent a car in Scotland.
Yeah, but I want to enter Scotland and.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's like membrane that you pass through.
Yeah, I know.
You just like.
I'm aware.
I'm in Scotland now.
It's a small country though. How quickly do you think you could see every city if you're driving?
It'd take a couple of days. Because there's a lot of fucking mountains there, man. Scotland is where the mountains are.
Yeah,
and
the glens, right?
Yeah, and it's not that small. I mean, when you look at, I always thought England was like pretty big, and then I looked at a map and I'm like, Scotland's not that much smaller. I mean, okay, a lot of Scotland isn't what you would call habitable because of the mountain ranges there.
It's just like all mountains and marshes, right?
From what I know, yes. But again, I've only been there when I was a kid. But like...
But you live a couple 100 miles south, so you should be an expert.
Yeah, I'm an expert, yeah.
Your country owns that country, I'm pretty sure, so you should know it.
Yeah, sure, we own them.
Do you think
I'm pretty sure that they got fucked over in the last referendum.
Do you think they're going to referendum again and leave? Go join the EU?
Honestly, let them. I mean, they say we don't want to be ruled by somebody to go get ruled by somebody else. It's like, okay, go do that. And I've met enough Scottish people that say the fucking English, they did this and they did that. I did fuck all, mate. And okay, history is history. Okay, don't forget your history.
Yeah, welcome to being a white American.
Yeah, but also fuck off. You know what? Go do your own thing. Then you can't blame anybody but yourself. And then you'll go, it's the English's fault for letting us leave.
But you ever gonna let go of Northern Ireland?
if that
what about
goes,
Wales? Is Wales gonna separate?
Wales, I highly doubt Wales will ever separate.
They could be their own country, right? They got the lions on the flag, right? Or the dragons?
Dragon.
That's pretty epic.
Yeah.
Are they the only one that would have a dragon flag? Is there any other dragon flag in the world?
I don't think so.
Dude, they should have a dragon flag.
They do have a dragon flag.
But they should be their own country with nukes. They should impose a nuke onto the flag.
Yeah, being held by the dragon.
Exactly. The dragon's got a bazooka with a nuke in it.
But no, honestly, I don't see Wales ever leaving. Like the Welsh are that close to England now that they've just integrated that much now that it's like even when we go down to Wales, they all speak English. I mean, hardly anybody speaks Welsh.
That's silly language anymore. Yeah. I've seen Welsh words; they're ridiculous. Yeah. It's comical.
Yeah, well, their word for slow is araf. ARAF, and when we were going into Wales, I was like, "What's the RAF doing here?" Araf? Is this a runway? What the fuck's going on here? But yeah, like I think Scotland has a much better chance of leaving the United Kingdom than Wales because I think they could, and not to just make a slight against Wales, but Scotland could actually handle it. Whereas...
Yeah, they have a small population, lots of natural resources, they'll probably be quite wealthy.
Yeah, and most of the famous inventors from the UK are Scottish, so when, to quote, the Grand Tour, when they're not good Scottish people, they're Scottish, but when they are good Scottish people, they're from the United Kingdom. Yeah. And it's
that's a very British thing to say.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking true, and I think they'd do fine. But if they didn't, I'm pretty sure they'd blame the English for whatever happened.
I'm hoping that the pound crashes so I can travel there really cheaply.
You know, I hope that it crashes as well, so then I can change all my renminbi into pounds and be like, I'm fucking rich, and then hope that the pound goes back up and just move back to China, be like, I'm fucking triple rich now.
Just play the currency game back and forth.
It'd be cool and awful at the same time because we're like, yeah, I'm rich in England, but also England's fucked. Yeah. The UK's fucked. I'm surprised the pound has stayed in the same position throughout all this Brexit shit. It took a hit during the announcement, but since then it's not really gone down.
I mean, what do they really have compared to the United States, for example? I want some economic expert to justify the strength of the pound.
London
versus America.
London.
How?
Because some of the biggest companies in the world have got their headquarters.
But there's no way that compares to America's natural resources.
I know, but
not to mention
London.
Not to mention America's
that's
corporations.
The answer. London.
I think it's just
London.
I think it's just an idea. I think there's an idea of the British pound, and that keeps it afloat.
I guess that could be very true, but also, England is. Well, the UK is small enough that one city can pretty much dominate the economy, and it pretty much does.
How many people are in England?
67 million.
Shit, that's more than I thought.
It's fucking tiny.
Does it feel crowded?
In certain places, yeah. In the towns.
If you were...
But the way that we do our, housing is very similar from what it was after World War II, just terrace houses, row after row after row of house. And, it's only when you get a bit further out of the city centres and you keep going further out that you actually start getting a back garden. Yeah. But even then, it's still pretty much row after row after row of house. So, it can feel cramped, but, your house is big enough.
It's a nice house, too.
Yeah. I mean, we
But, I mean, if you wanted to, could you move out to the country and get a nice cheap place?
No, it'd be more expensive. Yeah, it's in the middle of the city, it's expensive. You go a bit further out, it gets a bit cheaper. You go a bit further out, it gets a bit cheaper. Then you go further out, the price starts going back up.
Wow.
So it's a lot of the poor people are just stuck in these in-between areas.
So I imagine there is no wilderness. There is no place where you're away from...
There is. And
society.
It's the UK, man. It's fucking tiny. I mean, I don't know how people get lost in the UK and fucking die out in the middle of nowhere. I really don't know how that can possibly happen. You could just walk for a day and be like, oh, here's a road.
Yeah, you just walk for a day and be on the other side of the island.
Half a fucking day. And be like, okay, I've walked for half a day. Oh, civilization again. I'm back to safety. I left my phone over there because it ran out of battery and a bear chased me. A bear? Oh, yeah, it was a small dog, sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
he had a spoon! Jesus Christ, when I look at my country really on the world scale, I'm like, it's fucking pathetic. I don't know how, and like you say, I don't know how the pound is still so fucking strong. It's the only thing I can say to that is London. and like, I think London has a smaller population than this city.
Mm-hmm.
And
definitely, most cities do.
Oh yeah, and like when I went to Shanghai and I looked at those fucking huge buildings, and like there's a whole district of these fucking massive buildings full of people doing finance and all sorts of business. I'm like, if this one little area of Shanghai decided they were gonna fuck London, they would, and it'd be England. The UK is fucked. And Scotland would be good to leave because they got their whiskey, they got the inventors. People fucking love whiskey.
What's the population of Scotland?
No idea. I've not looked. I think the whole of the UK is 67 million.
Okay.
That could be England or the whole of the UK. I'm not too sure.
I'd imagine the vast majority of them are in England.
Yeah, I would very much. We've got more cities, so yeah. I think like Glasgow and what is it, Aberdeen.
How would you feel if they broke away and then immediately built a wall? Immediately a giant fucking wall. Like there's not. It's not even in the news. Just one day it exists.
Just have to.
They didn't even tell anybody.
Being British, we'd try to knock it down.
There's a bunch of angry Scottishmen on the wall with guns.
We'd send the tanks there. We'd be like, you don't fucking
They had dragons, bro. They're allied with Wales.
They're allied with Wales.
Yeah.
Wales isn't doing shit. Wales really depends on that open border. So does England, really. I mean, if these borders don't stay open, the whole island, apart from Scotland probably, and London, would fall into disrepute. I mean, we've already having to tear up half of our country so we can get rid of these old fucking old infrastructure, so we can replace copper wires with what was it?
I know what you mean. Fiber optics.
Yeah. And that's costing us billions, and it's like, okay, if we don't do that, we're falling behind.
Way behind.
Yeah, way behind.
Well, that's good money to spend. Yeah. This is often one of the conversations I get into teaching American history is basically, why do Americans hate paying taxes so much?
Yeah.
And the way I always explain it to my students is imagine growing up in a place and living there for your entire life,
and it's still shit,
and paying money every single year,
and it's still shit.
And if you're lucky, you only pay 25 or 30%.
Yeah.
And nothing changes.
Yeah.
You don't see even the most minute effect for that money. Whereas you live in WuHa-Han, every 5 years the entire city is completely different.
Yeah. Here, you can see it hard at work. You can see that fucking tax money going straight.
In the last 6 years, they built 13 metro lines.
Oh God, they've got another 9 planned.
There's literally hundreds of stops in just the last 6 years.
Yeah,
and
when I came here 4 years ago,
it is the highest quality metro I've been in the whole world.
Yeah. Shanghai is fucking awesome.
I think Wuhan's better.
Well,
I was just in Shanghai a few months ago.
The metro map of Shanghai is finished.
Yes, so you can actually see where you're going.
Yeah. And they've got an actual downtown.
Yeah.
You can see where the downtown is.
The organization's definitely better. Yeah.
But
the actual train itself
here.
is newer in Wuhan.
I mean, they've got lights on the stops, which tells you which stop it's at.
Yeah, and it says it in English.
Yeah. Whereas in Shanghai, it's just
and they're air conditioned.
Yeah.
And it's air conditioned. Oh you feel that cool breeze run through the train as you're standing there.
And the Shanghai ones are pretty old. You can tell they're old when it starts screaming at you. When the tracks scream at you. And
so loud. Blistering.
Yeah.
But then I get on a train in DC, a train to go into DC. It's shocking. These trains are shockingly old and shitty.
Yeah, it's the same in the UK,
They're so slow. They're so expensive. Absolute garbage.
God, yeah. London's underground is pretty good, but it still needs a massive rehaul because it's just too small for suit right now. It's not adapted enough. They put more trains on and newer stuff and stuff like that, but it's they need more lines, they need bigger lines, and they need wider lines and longer stations. But it's the subway here is 20 foot underground, 20 meters underground. In London, it's 60 meters. Yeah, it's ridiculously low. And one of the ideas when they're building it was
fallout shelter.
Yeah, that was one of the ideas when they were building it, and it's
the metro in Moscow. For a nuclear shelter.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, that's why it's so hard to revamp, because it's literally in the bedrock. It's not like in the soft rock above the bedrock.
Like the bitch rock.
Yeah, it's not there. You know, the rock you can just slap out the way. No, it's the fucking granite, man. And like, the
soul of the earth has been excavated for this fucking tunnel.
We got ticks.
I haven't ever been in the New York metro, but I hear terrible things. I hear it's a real shithole.
I've only been to America when I was in my mother's stomach.
That was the best part of your life?
Yeah.
It's all downhill from there?
Oh, yeah. I asked my mother. My mother's kind of brutal. Like, she's a lovely woman and all that stuff, but she's brutally honest. Like, I came home high one day. I was about 17 or 18. I was like, well, what the fuck am I going to do with life and all this shit? And I said, is there any point? Like, what's the point? Like, have you found a reason? And she's like, no, not really. You work all your life and then you die.
Ha!
Like, Jesus, fuck, that's not what I wanted to hear right now. You work all your life and then you die.
That seems like a British sentiment.
I'm like, do you not feel happy that you've raised your kids? She's like, well, I've done that now and you're all fine, but now I just gotta work for the rest of my life. I'm like, so even if I do everything right and I procreate and I do all that, I've still got to work another 20 years.
Why are the British so grim?
Because it rains 53% of the time.
Yeah, that's fair. If you guys got more sunlight and that vitamin D, you'd be happier people.
Yeah. And it's like, people are like, oh, England's so vibrant and all this. It's like, yeah, if you make over like £3,000 a month, and nobody's making over £3,000 a month. Most of us are like sitting at home paying tax and everything. We've got to pay fucking tax to have a TV. Even if you got a laptop with the internet now, no TV, you still got to pay £1,000 a year for just to have a screen, basically, that can connect to a TV channel. It's like, even if it's not plugged in and it's just in your shed, they're like,
pay for it?
You've got to pay. You got your license, haven't you? No? Well, that's £1,000.
You have to have a license?
Yeah. It's bullshit, man.
God.
We gotta pay. Oh my god! Like you were saying about tax before. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, imagine. I don't know how effective this would be. So maybe if anybody's listening to it, they'd like write in and be like, "Oh, this is fucking bullshit." Well, instead of like they tax you when you go to work. They tax your salary. Then if you're going to buy a car, they're going to tax you on the purchase. Then they're going to tax you for the road. Then they're going to tax you for the petrol. And then if anything goes wrong with it, you gotta pay that and pay tax on it as well.
Insurance.
And insurance. You get taxed on that. What if you just bought the fucking car and every morning you put like £3, just £3 in a box, and then you sent that box off to the government every day? Would that not be the same kind of thing and be cheaper and equate to the same thing?
Well, they don't want it to be cheaper. That's the last thing they want.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but like the roads in England are only just recently getting up to standard, because like in the Industrial Revolution,
you guys do drive on the wrong side, so you guys should solve that issue first.
No, a Scottish guy, a British guy invented the car. So
yeah, well, his name wasn't Henry Ford, so he's a punk ass.
Yeah, that's it. What is it? Yeah, these roads in the UK, they were built during the Industrial Revolution when everybody had a horse and only rich people had cars. So like you could easily get two carriages going past each other, and they weren't used heavily. And like now, you got 65 million cars. These roads were built for horse and carriage. And they're like as wide as this room.
The cobbles.
Yeah. So obviously the cobbles are gone, but if you dig deep enough,
there are still some places.
They are still there if you dig below the tarmac. Yeah.
They just tarred over the cobbles
in a lot of places. Yeah.
Man.
And like these roads aren't wide enough. Like for the traffic,
everything's so small in England. And
for the traffic that goes on them,
it's comically small.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, how did this?
I often look at people's driveways. The area where they park the car. I shouldn't say a driveway. Yeah. It's like, with those like comical little brick fences.
Yeah.
And there's a big gate where it's, I swear to God, you got inches on each side, and you can get maybe 2 cars in there if you're like a professional car driver.
Yeah.
If you're like a professional
And this is why Americans can't drive in the UK.
No, fuck that. Yeah. I need like 30% car clearance on all sides to drive my H1 Hummer.
I'm pretty sure I saw a drunk. There's a guy on my street years ago. He moved when I was But I'm pretty sure I saw him coming home drunk driving one day because he was going into his through the gate, and like you say, it's inches on either side, but he just couldn't get it in, and he's there just hitting the side, bumper to the fence, bumper to the fence, bumper to the fence, reversing, bumper to the fence. Like, after a while, he just hit the fucking gas when he was already on the fence, and just his car just lifted over it, basically.
Oh man!
That is, and he's got a 9-year-old audience just watching, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, so that's how not to drive.
Yeah.
I mean, the houses are nice there, man. They're quaint.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same fucking word, quaint.
Yeah, but it seems like everyone should be driving a smart car.
Yeah.
The government should they should do a buyback of everyone's cars and then give them smart cars.
Yeah, I agree.
And then everything would fit.
Well,
and it would be perfect for how arrogant the Europeans are, because you could then hold it over Americans. And they'd be like, look how
righteous we are.
Look how much we love the environment.
Yeah.
So you guys can sniff your own farts.
Yeah. Man, I don't really give a shit about the environment. Like, people are like, oh no, plastic in the ocean. I'm like, yeah, that'll be fine. You know, it'll sort itself out. All we need to do is kill all the people. You know, so bring on the nukes.
All we need is infinite energy. We need fusion, or we need a Dyson swarm, or we need extreme, like,
is it a Dyson sphere that's around the sun?
But sphere is a very impractical design, because it would be a rigid shell, and a rigid shell of that size would require materials that don't exist in nature. Yeah, okay. And so it makes more sense to make trillions of rotating things.
Satellites.
Exactly.
Right. Go on. But what would you do about plastic use?
The moment that you have infinite energy, you have abundance of everything. Because there are so many things that we don't do just because they're wasteful. Yeah. Like, for example, growing plants indoors.
Yeah.
A huge percentage of the world's livable space is farmland. Has been converted to farmland. Well, it doesn't need to be farmland if we don't have to conserve energy.
Yeah. And then I guess, like, recycling becomes a lot easier, because it's like, it takes energy to recycle.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
The only reason we don't is because it takes more energy to recycle most things than it does to create new material.
Yeah. Oh well, fuck it. Like,
I agree. Fuck
I think people like I said, I was talking to that religious person not too long ago, and she's like, "Well, what do you believe in?" I'm like, "Well, I follow the teachings of science.
Yeah.
I believe in science, you know." And like, she was like, "Okay, well, what does science say?" I'm like, "Well, science is basically believes at the moment that the universe will just become to a fine dust, and everything will come to a standstill when everything reaches absolute zero in trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of years."
Heat death of the universe.
Yeah, the heat death of the universe, and basically everything will become inert, so nothing really fucking matters. You might as well eat that second egg. You know? And I called her a fat bitch and ran away. But no, she's like, "Isn't that really sad?" I'm like, "What do you believe in?" She's like, "Well, the eternity with the Lord." I'm like, eternity?
Jesus.
Eternity? Like, that sounds fucking boring.
It's a long time up there with all those Bible thumpers.
Can we not just, end it after a while? And just be like, okay, we've done everything. Because eternity, you've done... If you don't do everything in eternity, the fuck are you doing? And by the time you've done everything, you're like, okay, am I going to do everything again?
Eternity is infinity, right?
Apparently. But
So infinity is such a ridiculous concept.
I mean, even if you... Like, whenever I think of infinity, I just imagine, like, a completely white room that you can't really make out the edges of anything. Because
basically the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Except not cool.
Yeah, and like, imagine if it was eternity and it was like the kingdom of heaven. There would be some awesome shit there, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, this is going to keep me entertained for a few millennia." But this is eternity.
Nothing.
I would want to be turned off after a while.
Well, so the reason I say fuck the planet is because I have a theory. I think 1,000 years from now, when we've got this hyper advanced technology and whatnot, I think
we're going to be around for 1,000 years.
Well, if we are, the majority of human beings won't live on planets anymore. They're going to live on rotating habitats, floating around in space. And I think
just mining the planets.
Yeah, it's basically going to be robots on the planets.
Yeah.
I think humans are going to look at planets.
Well, have you watched that, The Expanse?
Yeah, wait.
Basically
Yeah. I think humans are going to look at planets the way that we today look at caves. Where we learn about in history where people used to live in caves.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
But we can't really understand like what the appeal of a cave is. What's the appeal? Why would I live in that shithole? And people 1,000 years from now are going to be looking out the porthole of a space station, like a beautiful. They're living in a lap of luxury,
Right.
and they're looking at a planet. Why the fuck would we live there? Why did people care? And they'll be like in their history class, like, no, people really gave a shit. We don't know why,
because it was the only thing they had.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
the cave kept them out of the rain.
Yeah.
Because the Earth was, home.
Yeah, because we kept them safe from the cosmic rays, the radiation, and the cold, and the empty expanse of space.
The radio waves.
And, space is, did you watch, you obviously watched Endgame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and, at the beginning when Tony Stark's there's just nothing between...
Spoilers!
Yes, everyone's fucking watched it by now. Get fucked.
Yeah, I agree.
But and if you've not watched it by now, fuck you. Seriously.
Yeah, Thanos wins in the end and everyone dies. That's the ending.
And they did crawl up his butt.
Yeah. Everyone did this.
What was it? Thanos. The Thanos.
They liked it.
But yeah, when Tony Stark say there's just thin perspex between me and the empty void of space. I'm like, yeah. Just look up. You never do that. If you ever been out in a field and you just lie down and look up and sometimes I really feel what it is.
So
you're just this absolutely tiny thing on this huge thing, on this huge ball of rock and magma and whatever underneath the rock, and you're just literally clinging on for dear life. Just please don't just
explode all of a sudden.
Yeah, please don't fall off the planet if that was ever possible. Gravity, please don't switch off.
Yeah, right.
It's a fucking terrifying thought. People are oh yeah, there's a star. They're in a full-on panic attack next to them.
There's an exploding hydrogen bomb that's many millions of times the size of this Earth. Oh, it's right there.
Yeah. And what is it? Joe Rogan says is there every day, and you need it for vitamin D, and if it's not there, you're unhappy.
Yeah. And you get too much of it, it'll kill you.
Yeah. What the fuck, man? He's and you don't. This doesn't come up in daily conversation. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, right.
Because we're too preoccupied with the fucking Kardashians, and if China and America are going to go to war, and the guy in the black suit making you shit yourself.
Oh my god, fuck that. I think another one of his bits, I'm not sure if it's his, it sounds like one of Joe Rogan's bits, is where he said if there was only one place in the world where you could see the stars at night, and it was just it was the size of a window.
If everybody lived underground.
Yeah, and everyone would travel there, be the number one tourist destination. Yeah. Everyone would just stand there screaming, ah!
Yeah.
Oh, there's no ceiling, it's crazy.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've lost a few girlfriends talking about this stuff. I'm not joking. One girlfriend was like, "Isn't it crazy though? After a while, you're just dead." She's like, "No, you stop talking about that. You're scaring me." I'm like, "No, but it's a serious thing. Why wouldn't you want to think about it? At some point, you just cease to be, and nobody knows what happens."
During this conversation, were you sharpening a spoon?
No, I was masturbating while staring her dead in the eyes. But
knuckles up.
Yeah. Knuckles to know to show I mean business, but what is it? Yeah, she's every time I went off on this, it's any of these things, isn't it crazy how space is just there and all the sun and all this? So she's like, why are you talking about this? It just freaks me out. I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's why we should talk about it. It's fucking insane. Yeah. I can understand why religious people are yeah, there is a God, because it puts some order to it. Mm-hmm. In fact, we're going philosophical now, but these I can really understand why religious people are no, there has to be a creator. There is a creator. I know, and it's you don't know. You're just scared like the fucking rest of us, and you accepted that you don't know, and you're just gonna fill your lack of knowledge with God, with faith. And I don't criticize people for doing that, and that's why when I was talking to that religious girl the other day, I never questioned her faith. I just perused into her beliefs, and like she asked me about evolution, so I told her what I know, my layman's terms of evolution. But like, yeah, I can really understand it because I grew up in a religious school, and like a lot of the stuff didn't make any fucking sense. But like I've referred to the universe in almost a godly term, like the universe is everything. Yes. We are the universe. Yes. It is everywhere. Now,
certainly is.
And can we say for certain that it's not sentient in some kind of way? No, we can't. Nobody fucking knows. And but what really annoys me is when people go, "Oh no, I know." It's like, no, you don't. Stop it. Admit you're just as dumb as scared, and scared as the rest of us.
Very arrogant.
Yeah, you're as dumb and as scared as the rest of us.
I like to think of, when we're talking about the Earth, I like to think of how thin
the crust is.
The crust and the atmosphere are relative to the size of the Earth. It's like two pieces of paper, and we're living right in between.
Yeah. And it's like, all it takes is for one big rock to come along and fuck our shit up.
It's just an egg ready to explode once the shell breaks.
Yeah, and we're all fine with this.
Graham Hancock says we're approaching the torrid meteor stream again. The one that probably fucked up the dinosaurs and probably fucked up the younger Dryas as well.
Yeah. But like, and like when you think about these things, it really and then people are like, oh yeah, but China and America are going to go to war one day, and you're like,
does it really matter though?
Yeah, it fucking doesn't.
What about Yellowstone supervolcano?
Yeah, survival is the name of the game here. Let's just survive, and even if we go back to the Stone Age, we're alive. I think that's the whole name of the game here. Even when the inevitable heat death of the universe comes along, hopefully we'll have figured something out to keep this shit going. And okay, there's the argument against that. Okay, but then we just live for eternity. It's like, that's the argument we're going against with religion. And it's like, okay, well, no, because I'll be dead. I'll be dead anyway. They can do whatever the fuck they want. If they want to live for eternity, let them live for eternity.
Isaac Arthur's got a great episode called Isaac Arthur. He's a science educator on YouTube.
Okay.
Greatest science educator I've
ever.
On YouTube.
On Yoku.
On Matewan.
On Matewan. Yeah. He comes to your house. He's delivered to your house daily.
Yeah. He shows up with a transcript.
Man, I hate and I love that McDonald's gets delivered here.
It doesn't get delivered to this fucking apartment.
You're lucky because every time I'm hungover...
There's 3 within a kilometer of this apartment, and none of them will deliver here.
You're lucky. Because it's such a temptation.
Well, I get pizza instead.
Okay, well, it's fine. It's not McDonald's. It's not the shame of McDonald's. Because every time you have a McDonald's, you're like, fuck, I had a McDonald's.
It's more expensive, though, so it's rough.
Right, but if you have a Papa John's, you're like, yeah, treat myself. You never feel like you're treating yourself with a fucking McDonald's. You feel like you've gone to a fucking brothel.
It depends what you order. If you go in there and just get, like, double cheeseburgers... That's rough.
Come on.
But you treat yourself to a Big Mac and an ice cream. Feel
Then,
pretty good about it. Go for a Coke Zero.
I've got a joke about this on stage. I've got a joke about this on stage, and it's basically like it's the brothel of the food world, because you go to a brothel. You go to McDonald's and you look at this menu with beautiful burgers on it, and you're like, yes, I want that fucking Angus beef, delicious flame grilled, fucking hot bunned burger. Give me that. And what you're given is this saggy, old, already eaten twice piece of meat, and you still eat it because you're in fucking McDonald's, and you know you can't do better because you're in fucking McDonald's. Like the shame and the guilt, and 5 minutes after, you're just like, I shouldn't have eaten McDonald's.
Yeah, definitely feel terrible afterwards.
I should have eaten the fucking the salad. But if you ordered Papa John's, you're like, yeah, Papa John's. I don't do it often,
Until you start doing it 4 times a week.
Yeah, but then you're just a piece of shit.
Yeah, and broke.
I'm broke. Yeah.
Even on their best discounts, like 50% off on Monday, it still ends up being like 70 RMB. Which is ridiculous. Brutal. Yeah. You're paying like $11, $12 for a shitty pizza, a shitty small pizza.
When you can get your head cut off for $5 mil.
Oh my god, yeah.
Jeez. I would have... I think the last person to get their head cut off in England, in the UK, was somebody called Bigby. I can't remember, but he was in the military, and some fucking mental case cut his head off in the street. And like
that seems like the place to do it, though.
Yeah. I mean, if you want attention, yeah. But after he's done it, he's just there standing in front of people's cameras, blood all over his hands, knife in his hand. And he's just like, your government doesn't give a shit about you. I've done this to show you. Government doesn't shit. And it's like, we all know that the government doesn't give a shit about us. That's why we don't go around chopping each other's head off. Because we know they don't give a shit about us. Our life is shit already.
Did you make him think about it for a minute? He goes, oh shit, yeah, you're right.
I mean, if I was there,
drops the knife and walks home.
I'm pretty sure if I was there, he would have cut my head off as well. Like, we know, we fucking hate it. You proving me wrong, bastard. Just chops my head off as well. Like, fuck.
Well, people don't have guns, so you could just like climb a tree or something. England always strikes me as a place where like middle school tactics work, where like you get on the other side of the table and they run left and you run right, and then they run right and you run left, and you can just do that all day because they're not wrong guns. So.
But you know, like that guy looked pretty athletic.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm definitely not athletic. I mean, the last time I ran was
middle school.
Well, I'm running my brain right now, but you know that's the most running that I do. Fucking hell. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm hoping the aliens come and shower us with technology. That would be ideal. Or
so we can just blast each other again. Like, oh, more weapons.
Yeah, well, I'll be up in the mountains, so everyone else will kill each other, and then I'll come out and I'll be king of the ashes. Or the Yellowstone caldera goes off.
Yeah.
It sends a shockwave through the mantle, setting off every fault line and every volcano in the world.
Yeah.
The San Andreas Fault goes off. A huge part of California falls into the ocean. A tsunami wipes out all of East Asia. The Canary Islands fall into the ocean. A huge tsunami wipes out all the east coast of North America and Central America.
And England just has a little bit of rain.
And the caldera destroys America, and the whole world is covered in ash for a year. Yeah. There's no sunlight, all the plants die, everyone starves to death. That could happen tomorrow.
Yeah. Let's hope.
Yeah. So let's get some hookers and blow.
Like, honestly, like, you look around at the world now and you're like, every nihilist is just having a wet dream right now.
Yeah,
like,
I was just going to say, it's pretty shocking how few people are apathetic. How few people are nihilistic.
Yeah. When you're faced with but I think a lot of people just don't think about it.
Yes.
So when they're faced with it, they're like, oh no, I'm not going to think about that, it's too much. It's like, well, when that actually comes along and becomes reality and you're forced with it, you're going to have a fucking breakdown because you've never thought about it before.
And they do that with everything in life, though. Those are the same people who just like max out credit cards without thinking about it.
Yeah. And watch the Kardashians.
Yeah. And they're getting 30% interest on 10 different credit cards, and they just I'm not going to think about it. It'll work itself out.
I don't know how anybody can do that. Like I met a guy, a taxi driver here, and he's like, "Oh, do you own a house?" I'm like, "No, I don't own a house. I'm a foreigner. Why would I own a house here when I plan to go back to my own country in a few years?" He's like, "Oh, you should buy a house." I'm like, why buy a house? Oh, because it's a good investment. You can save your money there. It's better than putting it in the banks. I'm like, okay, how many houses do you have? Oh, I have 6 houses. Okay, good.
Taxi driver has 6 houses?
Yeah, I'm like, how did you pay for it? Oh, I got loans.
From the bank.
Like, so the bank owns your fucking house. How are you paying that back? I'm a taxi driver. I pay it back with my wage. I'm like, you're a taxi driver. No taxi driver in the world makes that much. I mean, even the ones in New York with those gold medallion things. What is it? They make like a few thousand a month, but that's not a lot. You're not paying off.
Not in New York. You're broken in New York.
Yeah, you're not paying off loans plural, against your houses.
Yeah, especially in a place like WuHA-HAn where it's outrageously inflated. You're buying these tiny concrete hovels for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And 6 months after they're built, there's a giant crack going from the foundation all the way to the top floor.
Yeah, and like I just couldn't buy I couldn't buy property here.
No.
Like I honestly think like that is put into the ethic of it, because obviously you only own the house for like 70 years here, so it goes back to the States. So
and you have to like buy it again, right?
Yeah. So why would the state want it to last that long?
Or I heard recently that you have to pay a tax on it. but I'm certain the tax is substantial.
Probably.
I bet it ends up being similar to sales tax in America, where after you've owned the house for a certain amount of time, you've just paid for it all again.
Yeah.
Which is infuriating.
And I heard about the death tax in America.
Yeah.
That's fucking disgusting.
I don't know if Trump's repealed that, but I think he was trying to. Yeah, it is grotesque. You pay taxes your whole life, then when you die, they try to take half.
It's just absolutely disgusting, that. And then, what is it?
People should be hung for that.
Yeah.
Politicians should literally be hung. They should be executed for that.
Whoever did that, fuck that person. Like, royally. I mean, there's very little you get out of this life, and you don't get to take your money with you when you die, and then you try and leave something behind for your kids, but no, we're going to take half of that. Fuck you.
I mean, leaving something behind for your family is maybe it's probably the greatest driving factor for people to achieve more and more and more in their lifetime. Otherwise,
so
people would just
make
leave
it easier for their kids. Yeah. I mean, why?
If Trump walks into the fucking political place where things are done,
the political place, where things are done,
filled with politicians hanging from the ceilings and growing on trees or wherever politicians do, coming out of their deep dark holes.
Trees.
Yeah,
but politicians are growing on poly trees.
I imagine it's like a bat cave where they're all clinging to the wall and there's like shit dripping from the ceiling. And there's like pools of blood, and they're all averse to the light, like
these pools of baby blood.
Yeah, that's definitely what the politicians do.
So what would Trump do in this place?
Well, I think something that's so egregious as the death tax. If Trump walks in and proposes, okay, let's abolish the death tax, any politician says, no, we need the death tax, that motherfucker should either go to jail or be executed.
Yeah, that
is so shockingly against the American people and people's incentive to achieve.
Yeah. Why would you? It's that. What is it? Jordan Peterson said. It's what Jordan Peterson said against universal income. Why would anybody want to try harder or achieve more if you were a bus driver and got paid the same as a nuclear physicist? Why would you want to try harder?
You're talking about like socialism. Universal basic income is different.
But yeah, of course. But it's the same principle. Why would anybody want to try harder to leave more for the kids if kind of half is going to be taken? I mean, I met when I was working in Subway in the UK, an elderly woman. She just put her mother in a home. I think her mother was like 80 something. She was in her early 60s, and she said to me, "Spend all your money because they take it all anyway." I'm like, fuck, like they're going to take all your money away anyway, so spend it all whilst you can. And like, what's the point of fucking saving? If I've seen it happen to my own grandmother, they just fucking take all the money away. It's happening to my uncle. I mean, my uncle used to be a fire chief, so he gets a pretty good fucking pension. But then his wife has MS as well, so she can't work. She gets disability, and like he went to the office one day to pick up the checks, and they went, "Oh no, you have to choose between your pension or your wife's disability." And he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? I've earned this by putting my life on the line plenty of fucking times and saving other people's lives, and my wife literally can't work because her legs feel like they're on fire. Yeah. Like 6 months of the year. What do you want us to fucking do? Oh, well, you got to choose. Which one do you want more? That's disgusting.
It's so heartless. It's so cold.
Yeah. Yeah. And like
we need a cyclical culling of politicians.
Yeah.
Where like politicians are dragged out in the street and each one has to defend their life against accusations, against prepared accusations. I want an army of people as competent as Jordan Peterson to make claims to why this person deserves to die, all the reasons they fucked up, and they should have to defend their lives.
I'd be fucked up that though.
Yeah, it would be, but we need that kind of shit, or we need just AI to run the whole society. We need to replace all leaders with AI. Can we be much more fucked than we are now?
I don't know.
Like in like America, we can be. I mean, America's this is one of the arguments I have with Europeans a lot is, or one of the things that they say to me often as an American is they'll say, "You're American. Well, how can you guys be so heartless getting involved in countries all over the world and fucking places up?" And what I always tell them is, Americans live such a good life that they could not give a fuck what happens outside of their home.
Yeah.
they live such a absurdly, unrealistically good life. It's
even
like
the really poor people.
Yeah, it's
much better.
It's like a TV show. It's insanity. A middle class American is living probably the greatest life any human being outside of the top 1% has lived in the history of the world.
Yeah,
and so, I mean, why should they care?
You wouldn't. Well, a friend said to me a while ago, the British have had their warm, creamy milk for too long, so the rebellion has been bred out of us basically, because we've
soft.
Yeah, because we've had we've had everything given to us for so long that when they start taking things away from us, we're just like, no, not my bottle, no, please. You know.
So, like, can your family take any recourse to get the pension and the disability? I mean, is that even an option in the draconian?
As far as I know,
state of the UK, do you have to go appeal to the Queen?
A handwritten letter to her.
Crawl on your belly to her throne.
Yeah.
Queen, please grovel. She loves that shit, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
She hasn't been groveled to in a long time. Yeah. You have to, like, suck on her gnarly fungus toes.
Ah, good. But I don't know, like, I'm pretty sure my uncle's not a soft guy, really. I mean, like I said, he was a fire chief for quite a number of years, so he's not one to back down lightly. I don't know if he got them both, but I'm pretty sure he tried.
It seems like what you gotta do is convert all your money to gold and bury it in a national park.
Yeah.
And then leave a treasure map to your family.
Yeah, well, I've thought about something similar, and like people are like, oh, buy gold. I'm like, that's not a bad idea, you know.
In America, you have to buy less than $1,000. If you buy more than $1,000 worth of gold, then they are federally required to report it to the IRS.
Why?
To the government.
Why?
I know. Why?
You're not even allowed to make yourself financially stable for more than 5 years, then basically.
So what you'd have to do is you'd have to go around and buy less than $1,000 of gold at every gold and silver shop in town, and then do that every day.
Yeah, for like 100 days if you have 100 grand in your bank.
Exactly.
And like somebody would see you sooner or later, and they'd be like, "This guy's buying up all the fucking gold."
They'd notice immediately and call the police, probably.
Not only that, somebody would fucking rob you.
Yeah,
but like,
for sure.
But like,
that's why I carry my Barrett 50 cal at all times. I always pointed at people when I'm having conversations. Yeah. Just to make sure. Always finger on the trigger.
But like, we criticize like China for being quite, like you say, draconic about things and really getting on top of things. But do you really think our own countries don't do the same? Like, if they want, I mean, they can get you in any way they want. I mean, all they have to do is look at anything in your past and be like, oh, that's the one thing we're going to get them on. And then if they don't want you to do something, be like, okay, well, you're not going to do that, otherwise we're going to try you for this. And it's like...
Yeah, I think that the individual has no protection in a country like America and UK.
In any country.
But the masses have protection in America. If the police come to my neighborhood and arrest me, then I'm going to be arrested. Yeah. If the police come to my neighborhood and try rounding up every family in the neighborhood, the police are going to get shot.
Yeah, probably. And there's no...
Yeah.
I mean...
In the UK, you're as free as they allow you to be on a day-to-day basis.
Well, that's the same anywhere, isn't it? It's like, what is it? You're free to do as they tell you to. Stuff. This podcast is going to be one of those things where you're like, we're going to get you on that in 30 years. Yeah. That was freedom. The freedom of thought, free speech.
They're going to be pulling out my fingernails. Where did you bury the gold? I'm like, I was an English teacher. I'm broke as fuck.
Tell us about the Man in Black.
Yeah, it's like $80 worth of gold, you bastard. I forgot.
Right, you fucked me up with this Man in Black guy because like you're leaving and I'm here like.
He's gonna be waiting at your apartment tonight.
I know, like if like,
and he's gonna be so happy to see you. He's like, friend, how are you? Please have a seat. Would you like some tea?
In my own place.
Yeah, he's already made tea.
Yeah, jeez, fuck man. Like
he's already taking his shoes out. He's wearing his slippers.
It would not surprise me. Like seriously, if like
such a scary person.
if like in any country, like if they really wanted to fuck with you, like somebody like that could just. It's not that hard to fucking pick a lock. Yeah. I mean, I learned how to do it just for shits and giggles on padlocks, and it's like it's not that hard to do. 10 minutes, you can, even if you're shit at it, you can get through a lock.
That's why I have a giant, vicious dog, and I infect him with AIDS and train him to rape home invaders. Yeah?
Yeah, that
was it fun?
No. And I don't know why my brain was like, yeah, you got rabies.
Was it like a medically accurate dream? Did you actually have rabies, or were you like imagining what rabies were? And you're like slowly turning into a werewolf, and you're like, this isn't exactly werewolf. Like, I'm definitely not a werewolf. This is rabies.
Well, like
I'm not a doctor, so
the doctors were like, you need to drink water, and they're just hitting it out with their hands, like,
oh yeah, like fear of water, right?
Yeah. And like, I've been thirsty a few times in my life, but like my brain turned that up a bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is fucking terrible.
Born or died of rabies my first year here. You got bit by a stray dog in Beijing.
It fucked up. Like there's only a vaccine, but there's no actual cure to it. Mm-hmm. Like that's fucked up. Like how we've got to figure some more shit out.
Well, they have medicine for it where they give those injections in your stomach.
But is that a cure? Or
I think it's like treatment until it goes away or something. Like that. And but they're these like 6-inch needles. They have to do like 30 injections into your stomach, like deep into your stomach.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Rabies, like...
Yeah, a stray dog bit this foreigner in Beijing, and he went to the hospital, and they're like, you're fine, go home, and he died.
Oh my god.
Died of rabies. Dude, last time I went to the Chinese hospital, I went to what was told to me to be one of the best hospitals in the city, and you know what the doctor said? Probably. He said, I have bad chi energy, and my kidneys are cold. I was like, you're a fucking doctor? He's like... he didn't say this, but he's like, yeah, I'm wearing a white coat. Don't you see? This is my office. I'm a doctor.
Can you do some fucking scans?
Yeah. I'm like, you're atrocious. I'm like, people are dying because of you, you piece of shit.
They're just drinking the hot water and going, yeah, they should sort everything out. But you're feng shui.
Bad chi energy and cold kidneys.
Cold kidneys. How do I warm up my kidneys? They're on the
wear
inside.
Wear a coat, drink hot water.
Do you think it was just a bad translation or something?
No. He spoke very good English, and my girlfriend was there, and her English is almost perfect, almost flawless. Okay. And both of them were like in perfect agreement. Like, yeah, obviously you have bad chi. I'm like, both of you are in cahoots.
You want me to die right now?
Yeah, you want me to buy this fucking TCM, don't you? How much is it? Fuck this.
You want me to die and then sell my cold kidneys?
Yeah, 1,100 RMB for balls of dirt. Fuck you.
Like, I do kind of get the idea behind like traditional Chinese medicine. Like, okay, there are certain things you can eat and do to help like your general health over a long period of time, but like sometimes you just need something to flush your system.
Sometimes you actually need medicine.
Well,
you need a chemical.
Yeah, that just fucking flushes your system.
And the idea that TCM doesn't have any side effects is horseshit. So the TCM they gave me, all right, because I took it in the end. I folded under the pressure. Right.
Made you shit for a while.
No. They gave me these bags of like brown dirt that I'm supposed to mix with water.
Right.
And then these little soft squishy balls of like dry mud. And I'm supposed to take 45 mud balls a day and three packets of that dirt a day. 15 and 1 with each meal, 3 meals a day. And I'm supposed to do that for a month, every day for a month. And so I got in a big argument with my girlfriend, and her
how can any medicine be, you've got to take 45 of these a day, and 3 of these things a day? Like, why not just find the property, the single...
Because it's TCM. They don't deal in properties. They don't deal in pure chemicals.
Yeah.
They deal in voodoo. Okay? That's what this is. Voodoo. I didn't mind paying the $1,100 because my school reimburses my medical fees.
And they're like, oh, TCM, you're a good buy.
Oh, fucking hell. And so I got in a big argument with my girlfriend about Western, quote-unquote, Western medicine, just medicine in the rest of the world, and TCM. And the Chinese people's argument is always that Western medicine hurts you, and TCM has no bad effects. So I grabbed one of the boxes of TCM. It was the dirt balls. And I'm like, look at this, and take as much time as you want. We have Google, and we have Baidu, and we have all these things. I want you to tell me what's in this and what are the side effects. She sat down and did like 40 minutes of research and came back. She's like, I don't know. Nobody knows. There is no information. Nobody knows what's in this. Nobody knows what the side effects are. And so I told her, I was like, how the fuck can you justify telling me to take a shitload, handfuls of this garbage?
Yeah.
which we know is not doing anything.
Well, they won't give you that much of it if it wasn't. Like, each one of them must have something so minute in there that you need that amount.
Or it's just nothing. It's just voodoo. Or versus just give me the pure chemical of something that I need.
Yeah.
TCM is always, if something's wrong with you, they always give you a regimen that's so over the top and so on such a long time period that unless you die, whatever you have is going to go away by itself before the regimen of TCM ends. You like break your finger and they're like, okay, drink this tea and rub this oil on your hand for 8 months, and if your finger is still broken, come back. It's like, well, of course it's not going to be broken, you fucker. Just reset my finger.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get that. Like, what is it? I did have to get some. I did have to go to the hospital because me and my girlfriend had had something really bad, and like
chlamydia.
Maybe. But yeah, chlamydia. But for like 3 days, we're just on the toilet coming out of both ends. And like on the third morning, we're like, we need to go to the fucking hospital. This is ridiculous. I mean, I'm pretty sure we lost like 5 or 6 kilograms in those 3 days.
Now, what would they do in a British hospital? They put an IV in you, start giving you fluids.
Yeah, and be like, okay, we need to flush your system of whatever it is, and check your stool. I mean, okay, they did like get a sample and be like, okay, it's this thing. Take this medicine, and I don't think it wasn't TCM. They actually gave us some stuff, but it was still like, you gotta take 4 of these tablets, and then 1 of these every 4 hours. I'm like, that seems a bit excessive. Like, oh yeah, but your body can't deal with something that fast, so it's gotta get in there gradually. I'm like,
doesn't sound gradual.
How about you just give me the fucking thing so I can get rid of this thing and then deal with it tomorrow and feel a bit shit rather than another 2 days of feeling shit. It just didn't make sense to me. I'm like, another American said this to me. He's like, sometimes you just need something instantly to get it the fuck out of you, and then you can feel terrible. He said that you just need a fucking napalm in your system every so often. And okay, you'll feel like shit the next day, but it's gone. Rather than just prolonging it and slowly building up this amount of whatever chemicals in there, and then it finally is enough to actually fight it, and then they're still like, okay, now you need to do it for another 5 days so that it doesn't come back. And it's like, how about just give me the...
I went to the Chinese dentist for the first time.
I went to a Western one
2 weeks ago. And the actual procedure, they ended up filling a couple of small cavities. And procedure, totally fine. However, the dentist argued with me about anesthetic.
I don't know why
and she's like, you don't need anesthetic. We'll just start, and if it hurts, we can give you anesthetic. I'm like, no. I like literally stopped her hand from going into my mouth. I'm like, give me anesthetic first. And she's like, why do foreigners always want anesthetic? And then she started bragging. She's like, Chinese never have anesthetic. Chinese are strong. Why are foreigners so weak? I'm like, well, first of all, fuck you, bitch. Secondly, you're about to drill my face. Yeah. You're about to drill multiple holes into my face. It's my decision to have anesthetic. Yeah. And then she finally goes, okay. And in America, they take a little syringe and they go squirt, squirt, and that's it. In China, she brought up this like pneumatic, it connected to the air pump, this giant, it looked like a giant marker. It looked like a small dildo. Right. And it had a little needle on the end. And she injected on the inside of the gum and the outside of the gum on both sides, and it was like 30-second injections. It was so much fluid that my gums swole up. It's not a joke. And while it was in my mouth stabbing me, injecting stuff, I was arguing with her. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. My gums are swelling. It's a ridiculous amount. I went numb 5 minutes ago. Why are you still pumping shit into my mouth? And she's like, no, it's normal. It's normal. It's okay. It's normal. It's not a lie. She said over and over again, it's not a lie. My gums are swelling because of the fluid. And then after this painless procedure, the very next day, I get a bunch of abscesses.
Of course.
In my mouth because of the medicine. And I take pictures of my mouth like pussing and shit, and I send it to her, and she goes, oh no, that's normal, that's fine, it's from the medicine. Wait a few weeks and it'll go away. Fuck this place, man.
Well...
Fucking... Oh man. Times like this, I got nothing good to say about China. It's so fucking ridiculous.
Well, there are some things that I can definitely agree with.
The amount of anesthetic she pumped in my head. She could have hit me in the nose with a hammer. I wouldn't have felt anything.
I don't know why this thing with anesthetic is here. What is it like? Even women that during pregnancy, during childbirth, they're very reluctant to give them anesthetic.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. I think it's that idea again that it hurts the body, and it's like, okay, well, you're gonna hurt the body anyway. I'd rather not feel it.
It's just propaganda. Everything Western is evil. And that includes Western medicine. Evil Western medicine.
But, you know, whatever. With the coming war and all that shit, it won't matter.
And the man in black waiting for you outside.
Yeah.
He's right outside my door, actually. Yeah. This was all... He paid me to have this interview with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot, unfortunately. But I couldn't say no.
That 500 quid, right?
Yeah, it was an offer I couldn't refuse. He just bought me some Murgamia.
Oh, yeah. Didn't raise it by 5 mile. I'm going to tell the guy that you raised it 5 mile. But I went to the dentist here recently, and it's just tooth cleaning, and I don't know. I think it just depends on where you go, because this place, the guy that made it had studied in America and been living there for 10 years or something. So I think it just depends on who you get and where you go.
Well, this place was recommended by the other foreigners in the city.
Oh, okay.
Because it was a university hospital of dentistry kind of thing, and it had been recommended because the staff speaks English and they're very professional, and all the other foreigners had good experiences there.
The one that I went to, they didn't speak English, but they were still. I feel like they had a better procedure than what they were doing with you anyway.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. All right, and this is China making me pessimistic, making me a natural pessimist now. I wasn't an optimist when I came here.
You're gonna go back to America and be like, shit, it's not much better.
Dude.
You're gonna have to pay that huge amount of money and be like, okay, can I have some TCA?
I'm gonna get a UK citizenship for my dad, so I'm gonna cruise over to the UK when I need free healthcare.
Alright, so you're one of those lucky ones.
But why should I believe that I even had these cavities? So I didn't have any pain in my mouth. There was no problem. Even when they were stabbing me with the knife, the stabby pokey, no pain or anything. They shot cold air and cold water on it, no pain or anything.
Right.
And they were like, no pain, huh? Well, you have cavities. Do you want us to drill them? And I was like, do I actually have cavities?
Right, you just want a $3,000 man.
Yeah. It ended up being $1,400.
Well, it's still the wage, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's still part of the wage.
Yeah. And I was wondering myself...
rent that month and fuck it.
I was like... And so they found 2, and as they were drilling one, she said she found another. And she said, I found another, I'm going to drill another one, okay? I'm like, what the fuck? I really felt like I was being taken for a ride.
Yeah, sometimes, what really annoys me is, of course, I've lived here for a while, and I speak the language, but because in Wuhan there are so few foreigners comparatively. Yeah, there's still a shitload of us, but you go to
still
Shanghai,
very few compared to the Chinese population.
Yeah, of course, but when you go to Shanghai, you see a foreigner everywhere.
It's lousy with foreigners.
Yeah, but here you can walk down the street and really feel that you're in a different country, and I am a guest here, like I said. But what really annoys me is when you go to a new place, you just had to walk, or you got in a taxi, and the taxi driver's like, where are you going? And you're like, okay, I don't know how to say this in Chinese, but I'll show you the address on my phone or whatever. And they're like, okay. And then they just take you the long fucking route, and you're like, oh, hold on, don't take the 3rd ring road, take the 2nd ring road. I know the fucking way. And they're like, I don't understand what you're saying. It's like, no, I know what I'm fucking saying, and I know you understand what I'm fucking saying. You're just playing that, I'm going to get an extra bit of money out of this guy because you can afford it. It's like, mate, just because I can afford it doesn't mean you're fucking going to do it to me, man. And every time it happens, I'm like, I know how much this costs. I do it often. It doesn't cost much more than this. And when they actually see that my Chinese is pretty good, they're like, okay, maybe this guy does know what he's talking about. I'm like, yeah, fucking do. I want to live here. I want to make a bit of a living here before I leave.
I've only had one taxi driver fuck me over, and it was right when I got here.
I get it.
It was often. It was my first week or 2 here, and I only noticed because he drove me down the same road twice. and then I realized that the first time he drove me down the road, he took a right and then drove to the end of the block, took a left, and then came back down that road and did a U-turn. I was like, "You piece of shit."
Yeah. It's
He laughed right in my face when he realized that I realized.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man! And at that time when you're new to the country and you don't know the price as well, you're like, how much am I supposed to pay here? Or how much am I supposed to deduct?
Well, something I love doing now is because it's so hard to get a fucking taxi here in Limoilou. It's just a shithole, and the taxi drivers refuse to drive into Gwangju in the afternoon because of the traffic.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
And so, if a taxi stops, especially at a red light, I'll just get into the taxi and I'll flip the meter.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be like, take me into Gwangju. And now they're like, if they tell me to fuck off, they're on for the meter because I'm not going to pay for it.
Yeah.
I haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah.
So, that usually works.
Well, WuHA-HAN, I don't know why they're still allowed to do this. Like, the taxi drivers have power here.
Yeah, they'll just say, I don't want to go there.
Well, no,
take me into Gwangju. No, I don't want to.
I'll give you an example of what I mean by they have power. Like, in Shanghai, around the holidays, the taxis are the same price as always. Like, you get in the taxi, they flip the machine on, the counter on, and then when you get out, they turn it off, and you pay whatever price you pay. For some reason in WuHA-HAN, they're still allowed to get away with it, where you get in the taxi and they're like, "Oh no, I'm not going to
negotiate with you.
I'm not going to turn that on. You're going to pay 80 kwai, and for a trip that should be 30 kwai."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, you can find another car." And it's like an unspoken thing between all the taxi drivers here that they do that during like holidays or
really bad weather. If it's snowing or raining really badly, they're like, "Oh, you want to go over there? 200 kwai."
Yeah. And like they'll stop and pick up other people whilst you're in their car.
Yep.
And be like, "Okay, where are you going?
It's infuriating.
That's 200 kwai for you as well. 200 kwai for you." And like, okay, it might be because they make fuck all money, and every so often they're like, "Shit, I can make some money tonight."
I have no sympathy for them. I don't care at all. The taxi drivers in WuHA are the worst in the world. I've been in so many taxis in different countries.
Shouting at each other across the EU as well.
Even just the taxi drivers in China, every other city, they're so professional and friendly. They're so knowledgeable. I mean, in Xi'an, they spoke good English, and they even took us to restaurants that they like. Okay. I got into a taxi in Xi'an, and I'm like, "I love Rojamo," and he's like, "Oh, I'll take you to my favorite one." Okay. This guy's fucking amazing. Only in WuHA-HAN, they are pieces of shit.
Well, I don't know why they're allowed to get away with that scam still. And like, I don't know, like, most of the time I just put my fucking headphone on. Tell them, use this fucking route.
At this point, I'm just going my way through.
I do have to tell them a lot of the time, use this fucking road and use that way. And if you don't use that, I'm not paying the full amount. Mm-hmm. And like, they're like, okay, this guy knows what he's actually talking about.
Something I like to do is, if they're intent on negotiating, I'll sort of ting badong my way into the negotiation and try to get them to believe that I understand.
Right.
And then once we start going, I'll flip the meter. So like it's gonna be maybe 10 kwai to get where we're going, but he says he wants 20. And then I'll ting badong ruthlessly all the way there and then just give him 10 and walk away.
Ting badong means I don't understand, by the way.
Yeah, it means I don't understand, yeah.
But yeah. Like, I don't know why they're still allowed to get away with that stuff. Like, it's disgusting. It really is.
It's
like
gross.
It's just a scam that's flagrantly there. And
do you think they do that against Chinese people?
Oh yeah. they might not put the price up so much, but they definitely do it. It's for them. I mean, when you see a taxi on those really bad weather days full, and there's like 5 people in there, and the driver, and you're like, each one of them is paying 50 kwai each, at least.
Yeah, probably.
At least, even if they're just going down the fucking road.
Didi is fucking life-changing here. That English Didi, it's fucking incredible.
I think that is going to be the thing that makes the taxi drivers stop that scam.
I realized that after literally countless times shouting at a taxi driver, where me and the taxi driver are both like, he's driving and I'm in the passenger seat and we're looking at each other like eye to eye, and I'm screaming at him in English and he's screaming at me in Chinese, just all the worst things we can think of.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore because now I know the worst thing I can say to him is that I hope you drive this taxi for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's pretty awful. That's an awful thing to say to anybody. I hope you do this for the rest of your life. The thing that you don't like doing.
Yeah. Especially if they're relatively young. If it's like a 35-year-old dude. Yeah. I'm like, you're going to be in this car until you're 67 and you fucking die of a massive heart attack.
Because you've sat down all your life.
You piece of shit. And maybe they don't deserve that, but sometimes I'm in a bad mood. You know how China is. Like somebody on a scooter just sneezed right in your face or something.
It can be very rough around the edges. Yeah. It can, like, especially when you first come here, it's such a big difference that when you first here for the first 4 months, you're like, what the actual fuck is this? And then you start getting into the swing of it, and you start spitting in people's faces as well. Yeah, and you're like, actually, this isn't such a bad place. But then you go to Shanghai, and Beijing and Xi'an, and you're like, actually, this is civilized. People are waiting to cross the road when the green light is there.
It's like a different country, Shanghai.
But then, like, you look at the size of these provinces here, and they are pretty. China is China bigger than Europe?
I'm not sure.
I know it's bigger than Australia.
Okay, then yeah, probably. Australia's pretty fucking big.
And like, so these provinces are the size of countries, and you think they don't have their own slight on the culture?
Dude, they even have different languages. Like, they genuinely can't understand each other's dialects. Like, the WuHA-Han people cannot understand the dialects from the other cities around you. You drive 2 hours to another city, and they can't communicate with each other.
Yeah,
it's so extreme. It's this whole culture is so extreme.
But like that's why Putonghua, like the received Queen's English, if you want to put it that way, that version of Chinese, Mandarin. Yeah, Mandarin is Mandarin. Right? Chinese is in the south, isn't it? Yeah.
What would you doubt?
Okay.
Yeah, we're speaking Mandarin.
Yeah, we're speaking Mandarin right now.
I speak so much Mandarin. Yeah. I speak at least like 15 words.
But,
and I speak them really well.
But like, it's the younger generations that are getting the education that the grandparents just didn't get, that are actually changing. And like, because I see it like with a lot of kids, like, oh yeah, I hate when my parents do this, I hate when my grandparents do this. But then there's some of them that are just like, they're just seeing what their grandparents did. And like, 5 years ago, WuHa-Han was mostly farmland, maybe 50 years ago, I don't know. So
like 10 years ago, it was mostly farmland.
Some parts of it, definitely.
I mean, look, if you drive through Jiangsha today, like probably 50% of what you see is just open farm.
Yeah.
And where we are right now, Guanggu was like that 8 years ago. And then I would say 20 years ago, like, northern Guanggu was like that as well.
Well, there you
northern
go. Like,
Wuhan,
you literally, it's what's happening in what happened in the Industrial Revolution in the UK. All these farming people moved into the cities, and they were just, they didn't know what they were doing. And then, like, after a few generations, the education kicks in and things start getting better, and people start like actually caring for the environment that they're living in the cities and stuff like that, and not just throwing stuff on the floor. Because if you're a farmer and everything that you produce is biodegradable, why not just throw it on the floor? Fuck it, And if you've been doing that all your life, it's going to be hard to stop just throwing stuff on the floor. And like,
I feel like the middle-aged people are the most disrespectful people I've met. I feel like most of the really old Chinese people I've met are actually pretty worldly. Is not the right word because it's not accurate, because they're not worldly. They don't really have much experience with the world outside of where they're born. But maybe it comes from them growing up through the Cultural Revolution and all that stuff. But they're much more, I don't know,
humble.
Maybe they might not be the most civil, polite people, but they're definitely like respectful and I don't know. It's hard to put a word on it, but I like them. I like the old people here.
Yeah,
I like the really old people and the really young people.
Yeah,
the middle-aged people usually are the ones that are assholes.
I definitely do see that the one-child policy had an effect on some women.
Oh, jeez.
There's some women that definitely think they can like whatever they want and then just shout and get the way that.
Well, men and women, the little emperors,
I think that was the one-child policy that allowed that kind of behavior, and like that's of course the one-child policy isn't here anymore, and
but now I think it's two-child policy,
right? But you only need 2 children when you got a population this big.
Well, you need a little bit more than 2 children on average. You need about 2.2 birth rate to replace replacement rate.
Yeah,
but it was too effective. All the girls don't want babies now. I teach university students; they're all like 20 years old, and in the English department, there's 90% women, and so it's one of the most common discussions that I'll instigate between my students, because my classes are like 27 girls and 3 guys, and I'll instigate a
lot
debate.
of my classes the complete opposite way around. You see in a lot of my classes, you do see the gender disparity.
Yeah. Well, the English department I think just skews heavily to women.
Okay.
But I'll instigate a debate of like, are women responsible for replacing the birth rate in the country? And then we'll take like a poll, like, okay, girls in the class, how many children do you want?
Taking polls.
Like fucking 60% of the girls don't want any children. Of the other 40%, they all want one child. Maybe one girl will want 2 children, but that's very rare.
But there's still that pressure from the family, and like I've seen a few girls like end up getting married and then having a child within the first year, and I said to them, did you really want that? And they're like, no, my parents told me to, and his parents told me to, and it's like, okay, did you really have a choice? Well, I did, but I didn't want to upset the family. It's like,
that's sort of like marriage in general here. There's so many people here that get married just for face. They don't actually get married because they care about each other. There's so many unhappy marriages.
Yeah, but then I do like see a lot of them that are like actually lasting. There's one weird time when me and my girlfriend were invited out by one of my old colleagues, and they just got married not too long ago, and we were just being natural, you know, like we was in a park, we're on a blanket, and it was so awkward because, you know, I just lie down and lean on my girlfriend, and I see the husband copper me. And
she pushes him away.
She didn't push him away, but you could see it was just unnatural for them. They'd never really done this. And I'm like, okay, how much pressure was there into this marriage? I mean, like, it happens all around the world, really. People get pressured into being married, not so much in the UK.
But they're so immature here. They have such little experience with relationships and dating and stuff. And so I think they have a very like Disney-esque fantasy idea of love. I wouldn't say that's all of them, because there's definitely a lot of couples in my school, and like obviously we try to curtail it. Are they all banging and snorting meth? Of course not. I mean, we tried to curtail it, but there's only so much you can do, isn't there? Really, I mean, you're like, hey, you're in school, stop doing that, and like. Obviously, the teenagers, they're going to hide it in ways that any way they can. They're going to try and get away with it in any way they can. So, you know, we all do when we're teenagers. Yeah. But like, as long as no one gets pregnant, good for them. Yeah. As long as nobody gets pregnant and like, you know, nobody's checking hymens, fine. Yeah. Whatever. Wasn't that a thing here? I don't know if it was a thing here. I feel like I remember seeing an article about that. Doctors checking hymens here. I know it's a thing in other places. Not out here. Want to call it? Yeah. I still got a fucking mission. You got all the way back to Hanyang just to meet the black man. Oh, yeah, the man in black. Yeah, the man in black. I really don't want to meet the man in black. Like before tonight, you've probably already met him. Yeah. Like before tonight, I was like, oh, cool if I met the man in black, and then I won't remember it. But now I'm like, I'll probably. I'll have it etched into my forehead. You met the man in black. Like, fuck. Just like he said, that was the slogan. Better to be captured. It is better to be captured and die than to live and be hunted. Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm just not gonna rock this fucking boat, man. Don't rock the boat, man. Don't rock the boat. I feel. You know, you've seen the Shawshank Redemption? Yeah. I'm leaving so soon. It feels like I've already burrowed through the wall and I'm crawling through the sewer pipe right now. And, like, I'm just trying to make it to the end of the sewer pipe, and I can fall out into the freedom of America, into that, like, clean river. Freedom of America. Hey, yeah. Man. Magnitudes more free. Well, you know, I will definitely in the ways that matter. Of course, I can piss on my window right now in China, and nobody will care. I would definitely say I feel safer in China than I do in the UK, though, because I can walk down the street here with my headphones on at 3 a.m. in the morning, be confident nothing's going to be happening. I completely agree, yeah. And like in the UK... I mean, you might get hit by a bus. There's an extremely high chance of that. Or fall through the floor into a bottomless pit of construction. I don't want to meet any man in black from any country. No, man. I think he makes that decision. Anyway. They always make that decision. Thank you for being on the podcast, Josh. I hope we have you on again in the future sometime. Well, hopefully by that time I'll say more. Have some of my dreams actually come to fruition and, you know, make that comedy thing work. Yeah, that sounds good, man. All right, that's been another episode of Bullshit and Video Games. Thank you all for listening. Do all that good stuff. Huh? No video games this time. No, that's all right. Sometimes it's more bullshit than video games. Yeah. Do all that good stuff down below. Comment, share, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye. How am I gonna fight
man I'm supposed to be.